Hello, everyone, and welcome back to After the Fall, episode 14, Homecoming, here on Scryer Vision. I'm your storyteller and game master this evening, Ryan Johnson, and with me we have an intrepid crew, the heroes of the In Out Salvage company, starting with Tyler.
Hello, I'm Tyler Lee. I play Corin Wisevale, the Dragonkin, intelligent explorer who calculates the incalculable. First time I've said that.
That's not the first time.
It's one of the... It's been a while. I am the de facto, not the leader of the group, but the driver. And John, why don't you go next?
Sure. I'm John Bailey. I play Isaac Patterson, the inquisitive artificer who conducts weird science. I'm a little elf. I'm a, scrawny elf nerd who likes tinkering with tech and magic at the same time, if possible. And how about you, Aaron? What about your character?
My character's Quinn, and she's the creative seer who has awakened dreams and isn't sure she's prepared for for this last episode here. She's got a lot to think about. Last but not least,
I'm Claire. I play Nellie DeLance, the impulsive rebel, rules the waves, basically pirate. And for the first time ever, last episode, she had a good idea. And it worked.
Just goes to show having good ideas is a good thing.
Just goes to show that statistically, it was bound to happen.
What is that? If you give enough monkeys a typewriter.
Well, no monkeys nor typewriters here. Everything you will be seeing this evening is improv by our players, and sticky situations are determined by rolls of the dice. We are not playing Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing the Cipher System, first edition from Monty Cook Games, as we have been all season. For those of you not familiar with the Cipher System, it is sort of a generic role-playing game system where you've got a whole bunch of different genres that you can apply to your game. And we are currently playing a fantasy post-apocalyptic modern game. So our game is set in post-apocalyptic rural Minnesota at the town of Newcastle. And our salvage crew has just completed a successful run into the Twin Cities.
We are not sponsored by Monty Cook Games.
That is true. We are not sponsored by Monty.
Which is really their loss.
I just remembered the robot.
Yes.
Yes.
You had been on a quest, a mission, a job, whatever you want to call it, to recover Project Alexandria, a repository of all published works before the fall occurred, that was apparently being worked on at a computer company located in the Mall of America in the middle of the Twin Cities. You made your journey there. You had a few run-ins with very terrible, awful, no good things. Isaac got kind of eaten by a vampire at one point. Nell fell through a house.
Couple times.
And a semi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yep. That's kind of Nell's thing, I guess, falling through stuff.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
When you arrived at the Mall of America, you found it encompassed by this strange mist that seemed to be causing hallucinations and lethargy as you entered it. As you explored the mall, which made no sense because it seemed to be bouncing you between different locations all over the place, you eventually discovered the source of the mist, a dragon, which somehow was actually able to interact with, hello kitty, and eat Quinn's visions, her dreams that she was projecting out into the world. Obviously, that's something new.
Yeah.
And it kind of hurt a little bit, Quinn. It didn't feel so great. The dragon chased you around the mall a little bit. It didn't seem terribly enthusiastic that you were there. But you managed to give it the slip. And then you did something that I didn't think was going to pay off for you. And it ended up working out. You split the party.
We did.
You split the frickin' party. And two of you went down into the sub basement of the mall to restart the power and get the roller coaster going, because you had a plan to essentially fight the dragon from the back of a roller coaster. Which, admittedly, would have been awesome. But it didn't come to pass.
I'm convinced that if we had split the party, I don't think we all would have made it.
It's entirely possible.
Probably.
Sometimes you gotta split the party. You just don't want to do it unless you have to.
I mean, if you had to fight the dragon outright, there's a very good chance that at least one of you would be dead. Nell.
Yeah.
Nell would be dead.
No, it would have been Nell.
I don't know.
Maybe
Nell
we'll
has
have-
lived through a lot.
Not a single one of us could have taken a hit from that dragon.
Don't get
Well,
hit.
I did have a contingency plan for that electric wand. I still would have died though.
I
I had a
guess.
contingency plan for the immovable rod. It
Probably
would have
a
required
better
me to
one.
be eaten, though.
Same plan, strangely.
Shocking. This is my surprised face. So you managed to turn the power back on for not just the mall, but the entire block by utilizing the final charge of a wand of lightning walls. The power has since gone off as you were making your escape, but the other part of your crew went up into the computer place and found out that Alexandria was more than just a repository of knowledge. Alexandria was an artificial intelligence with a mobile platform that you provided a cipher, a nearly infinite supply of power to the platform so it could go about its life and leave the place with you. Rescuing the robot, you have fled the mall just as it looked like knights and people with green lanterns were charging in to fight the dragon. You have successfully navigated yourselves outside of the city and are now traveling along country roads, kind of quietly absorbing the fact that there was a really good chance that you were going to die today, and you didn't. So, In Out Salvage crew, what do you do?
We're driving home.
Yeah, we should already be on the road back home.
Pretty
Yeah, we were
sure-
on.
I know
on the road.
the end we were playing charades with
Yep, we were playing
Alexandria,
charades with,
yeah, in the back. But
Well, it was determined
that
that
was
you
the
don't
first
really
name.
have room to play charades.
We're playing 20 questions.
There you go.
She's
Okay.
remarkably good at it.
I would like who
Robot.
is participating in 20 questions? Nell and Quinn? Isaac,
I mean-
Corin, are you?
I will occasionally, but I'm driving, so most of my concentration is on that and making sure we make it back safely
Okay.
without
Uh,
having to stop or without encountering the Knights of Snelling.
All right. Isaac, are you going to play 20 questions with the robot? John, can you hear us?
Oh, sure, probably. When I'm not, I'll probably ask a few questions when if like we're on a long stretch and Corn doesn't need my navigation.
Okay. In that case, we're going to have Isaac, Nell, and Quinn all roll a mental test. We're setting the difficulty of this at 5 to try to stump the robot. The artificial intelligence with access to the entirety of human publications before the...
Ryan.
Did you roll one?
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Oh,
I have
okay.
a question.
Yes.
Very important question. Is this a task involving patience, willpower, or discipline?
No, I would not say it is.
All right.
For the record, any test that Clarity rolls for those things gets bumped up a level of difficulty. So what they're doing right now, for those of you who haven't seen this game up until now and are for some reason just jumping in the finale, I set a difficulty for the roll, in this case 5. They have to roll a d20 and meet the difficulty for that. It's not just a 5, it's times 3, so they got to get a 15 or better. Now, they can use their skills and assets and teamwork to lower that number from 5 to 4 to 4 to 3, and so on and so forth. So, does anybody have anything they would like to apply to this?
I would like to apply one thing of edge to it, since I can just do that.
All right, so
we're
lowering it from a 5 down to a 4.
Alrighty. Nope.
Okay.
That's an 11. Just barely.
Just it. Okay, so Isaac, you came up with this really good idea listening to everybody else talk, and you kind of turned your attention to the back, and you started to go through it, and you got all the way up to 18 questions, and then, boom, Alexandria got it. So close. Quinn.
I got a 15.
15, which is exactly what you needed. You do manage to stump Alexandria, which is fairly impressive.
My idea was the giant snake queen, so she probably hadn't heard of a giant snake queen. So
yes, Alexandria was guessing different breeds of large snakes and had no idea that there were giant magical snake monsters. So
yeah, she learned something new today.
And what was Nell's roll?
Nell got a 19.
Ooh, okay. So Nell also handily beat Alexandria. And does Nell tell what the answer was to her riddle? Or does just keep the computer guessing?
I think she would have done probably the name of her mother's ship.
Okay. Very obscure information and possibly redacted information preventing Alexandria from being able to guess it. So, yeah, you stumped the robot. Well done.
I got a 19. That means I get a minor benefit, right, Ryan?
Generally, yes. What would you like your minor benefit to be?
I just want to cause a slight glitch. A small glitch in Alexandria. Pertaining to that redacted information. I don't know exactly what that would be.
That is not a minor thing.
Nope.
Is that not minor?
No.
Is that a little bit too much?
Could it be minor if she causes her to glitch and reveal some redacted information, but only like a sentence or two's worth?
Maybe,
like she just spouts it out. Like she just spouts it out.
It reveals some redacted information, but not at a clearance level that we are able to access.
Like it spouts a sentence or two.
I don't know.
Glitches out and says a sentence or two, and we're like, what?
Tell you what, if you want to spend 3 XP, we can make this happen.
No.
Poof.
The 19's not going to get us that.
Oh, look. 3 XP. Take that.
You can do it.
So at any point in the game, the players can spend 3 experience points to sort of give themselves a major benefit to the story. And I guess this is going to be the major benefit of revealing classified information. So, for the record, this is not actually classified information. Don't at me, government. So, now, for about a half an hour, you've had Alexandria guessing, not sure what your answer was, and when you finally reveal it, you could swear that Alexandria is actually exasperated and getting a little frustrated. And when you finally reveal the information, the answer to your riddle, there's this moment where the screen where Alexandria's face is kind of glitches for a second. You see weird pixelation kind of crossing it, and then a circle just running over itself over and over and over again.
Oh boy.
And then Alexandria comes back online. You do not know that the classified information has been unlocked, but you will be able to access some classified information if you choose to look for it again.
I might just say, what was that? Are you okay, Alexandria?
Non-user.
You kind of had a. What'd she say?
Go ahead.
Well, I said you kind of had a thing going on there.
Non-user Nelly DeLance. I am fine. There was a momentary glitch in my programming. It has been resolved.
Do those happen often?
No.
Okay, that's good, I guess.
What do you mean resolved? Is that bad?
It has been resolved. Primary user core in Wisevale.
It's my full name.
You used your full name when you set yourself up.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I know. And he's just kind of like sitting on that, just like, yep.
I have a question.
I'm
Did
sure you
the
could
glitch-
change it.
That's fine.
Did the glitch happen right after I said the name of the ship, or?
Are you asking
I
me,
might-
the storyteller, or are you asking Alexandria?
I'm asking you, the storyteller
Yes.
of timing. Okay.
There was like maybe a second between you saying the words. What was the name of your mom's ship? Make something up.
Butternut squash.
Bodie McBoat face.
There you go.
Oh, well, that's annoying.
That's annoying.
There's a specific.
There you
There's a
go.
different. There's a
Yes, that's
specific-
annoying.
There's a specific type of ship that I'm trying to think of.
The Pequod.
Oh,
Is it Pequod or Pequod?
Yes.
Galactica. Who's a big Battlestar fan. If you don't remember, just make something up.
I'm gonna go with the Emerald Schooner for now.
The Emerald Schooner. Okay, good one. So when you said the Emerald Schooner, my mom's ship, the second you said ship, suddenly that glitch began.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence for Nelly. She does not make the connection.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Was the target a 6?
At least a 6. I might make it a little bit higher for now, but it's moot.
So, as you are traveling out of the city, are you going the most direct route back home, or are you taking the back roads again?
I am taking a route that, from looking on the map, that would avoid the Knights of Snelling, essentially, since I plan to go with either my father or somebody else to pay them back after we get this very important robot back to the village.
All right. So you're taking a circuitous route to get back, and if that's the case, I'm gonna need.
Technically, it would be the same route we took to get here because the route we took to get here specifically was to avoid the Knights of Snelling.
That is
So
true.
we ran into them.
We ran into them once we got into the. We ran into them once we got into the city after we'd already done the route.
Okay.
Yeah, but didn't the route we used to get here also have knights showing up to deal with a ooze monster?
We don't know who showed up to deal with the ooze. No, the ooze. No, that was again once we got into the city.
Okay.
I think we should take an alternate route.
I will leave it up to those in the navigational positions, such as you two in the front seats.
Why do you think we should take an alternate route from one we already know about?
Yeah.
Just in case somebody knows.
Such as. Who did you tell? Who did you tell?
Don't tell anyone.
We split the party. What happened when we split the party, Mel?
Isaac almost died. That's about it.
Isaac's referring to himself in the third person.
Getting electrocuted will do that. Isaac almost died.
He's still feeling it. Like
Observation. My existence was not known to anybody locally within the community of the Mall of America, with the exception of the Morphean Dragon.
Which is why I think the Knights of Snelling would be very interested to get a hold of you if they saw you.
Would they know
Conjecture.
what
Correct.
they are?
I think everyone would fall under that.
Exactly.
But we remember we have the safe word.
What's the what?
To turn into the robot, to hide.
Yeah, what does the robot look like
Alexandria's-
when it's in that mode? Because they've been in that mode before. What do they
the
look like?
safe mode.
Do they look like a robot that's just like kind of sitting
I
there?
don't remember what the word was.
No, they kind of like fold up into a box-like structure.
So it
They
looks like a box.
it's a
Looks like metal
transformer.
I
box.
can't remember the word.
Not
There you go.
really.
So we
It looks like a really weird computer rig with a built-in monitor. What was
Do
this?
I know that the Knights of Snelling? Because I would have asked my parents and probably my grandmother this. Do the Knights of Snelling like barter for their 10%, or do they just look through your stuff and are like, "We're gonna take this"?
Little from column A, little from column B. Really depends on who you run into.
Okay. So I mean, we can go home and play it safe, but like Quinn said, we do know the safe word to be like. I'm not going to say the safe word out loud because I don't want to keep forcing the robot into
Exactly.
because that's just mean to the robot. It's just mean to
The reason
Alexandria
we
to
took
do that.
away
I mean,
Nell's.
Yeah, no, you
privileges to that
can
word.
say it because they won't respond.
I
you
cannot
don't-
remember what it was, but Nell does try to say it.
It's a fruit that hangs on a tree. It's very spiky.
Was it just pineapple?
It was.
Yeah.
Correction.
Okay.
Primary user core in Wisevale. Pineapples do not grow on trees. Pineapples grow on bushes.
It's fair.
Duly
My fault.
noted.
That is fair.
It is not something to be worried about fault for. Your current climate
what
does
is-
not allow for pineapple growth.
This is also
But what is a bush but a really short tree?
New information not accepted due to non-user Nelly DeLance. Current clearance status.
As Corin's driving, he's just like, I'm getting way more enjoyment out of locking Nell out of the robot than I thought I would. I don't know if I'm going to give you access to it because this is just really fun for me to listen to.
Well, Jantia, give me access to the informations.
Nope.
Maybe when we get back.
Maybe if you're really good.
So, as you're driving, I'm going to need one of you to roll a D100.
I got it.
I was about to say, should the driver or the navigator should make the
Yeah,
first roll.
one of us should do it.
Yeah.
61.
61.
Almost nice.
All right.
Almost.
So close.
So, yeah, it's a nice morning, actually. You were not in the mall terribly long. Or maybe you were. Maybe you were in there for days and you had no idea, but it seems like it's the same day that you left. It's impossible to really know for sure.
We get back
How
to the
hungry
village.
do we feel?
You're starting to feel a little hungry because it's lunchtime.
Guys, what if we get back to the village and all that's left is just like some just haggard old people and we're like, where's the village? And they're like, no one's been here for 30 years.
There hasn't been people here for 50 years.
I feel like if we'd have been in there for very long, the car would have shown that somewhere.
The car was inside the bubble, so it was inside the same
That's
time
fair. Yeah.
That's
vortex
true.
we were in. So
But if we were in there that long, then the Knights of Snelling would not be looking for us for that 10%. They would have forgotten or presumed
That's
us.
true.
they
dead
could
at that
they could have
point.
just assumed we were dead.
Yeah.
Wanted for 100 years of payment evasion.
This is how we pass the time on the road, apparently.
Still think
Speculation.
we gotta stick to the story of we were looking for bread.
That's right. We're looking,
Yeah,
We're
we're
looking
looking
for bread,
for
and
bread.
we found a bread box. Look at it right there.
Yes.
Clink, clink, clink.
Bread box.
Correction,
That story
user
would be-
Isaac. I am not a bread box. Nor can I be
Can you
used to
become a-
safely store bread.
That would be great
That's good
if we
to know.
weren't scrappers, since scrappers don't look for bread.
New user
Well,
information accepted.
We're bread
We don't?
scrapers.
Well, no, we would
Not
just.
We could be
primarily. We look for
looking
bread if we're
Why
like
would we
for-
want
if
scrap
we're
bread?
hungry, but that's not what our job was.
Also, why would we be looking for scrap
They
bread?
didn't
when
put like a
it would be
little
more-
addendum in the contract, and it's just like, get this thing, also bring back some bread and some
we
we
were
don't-
looking for
and
bread
some
in,
milk while you're out.
in the form of like actual bread. We were looking for like yeast, a really good yeast. We heard there was a really good sourdough starter somewhere in the Twin Cities,
John,
and
what
we
were
were
you saying?
trying to find it.
No, that's all I was saying was that why would we be looking for bread when we would be better off just making bread, so
Right.
it's not stale
Yeah.
and dry.
We're looking for the legendary bread.
We're looking for the
The bread of
legendary
legends.
sourdough starter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, if you had gone looking for the legendary sourdough starter, it probably would have been alive and it probably would have tried to eat you. But
Yes,
Oh yeah.
We should-
that's
we
true.
the sourdough would have been
Luckily-
fantastic.
Luckily, we just encountered
Mhm.
a dream-eating dragon. Yay!
Just imagine the bread we would have had from that thing, though.
Dream bread?
This is like Sky. Is this like Skyrim? Like we killed a wolf and it's got like bread and gold inside.
Oh, sweet! I took that. Yeah, we took that wolf's
If we would have
$20
killed the
$20.
goop, if we would have killed the goop, we would have found bread inside.
exactly.
Yeah.
Should lit it on
Ah,
fire.
what is that? A wheel of cheese? Oh, it's great. It's fresh.
ooze cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's how you know it's fresh. Came
Oh.
from the ooze. All right.
Just
So
like the turtles.
lunchtime. Are we stopping or you keep going?
Sure. Usually stop. Everybody go take a bathroom break.
Yeah.
I mean,
And,
I ask if anybody needs a bathroom break at around that time. If no one says anything, we just keep going and we eat on the road. But
Primary user
Oh.
core in Wisevale. I do not require bathroom breaks.
anybody else?
That's
Would that be like a?
Good.
Is there like a body test to like some kind of constitution that we should roll?
I would assume you would just say so.
Don't your bladder.
Not everything has to be a test.
I mean, if you really want to make a strength test to see
I
how
hold my
long you can
bladder?
hold it, it could lead
Oh
to
my
some very
God.
embarrassing situations
Nah.
further down the road.
Probably best to just stop and
All right.
let it all out.
Probably.
I will
yeah.
stop for a bathroom break. Yes.
Corin will not be happy if you have an accident in his car.
Corin will shoot you if you have an accident in the car.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure somebody's already bled in the car.
Yeah.
That's different.
Is it?
Yes, you can bleed all over this car.
Yeah, the blood won't stink.
Okay. So,
That's
Unless you
not
go
why.
out of it.
That's not true at all. Usually, you bleeding is not because is not completely of your own fault, unless it's Nell.
so you found a nice little spot to pull off the road. It's an old building of some sort that the signs have fallen over, and it looks like the roof is collapsed in, and there's probably not much here. But there's a back to it, so you're able to hide the vehicle and get out, eat a little lunch, go to the bathroom, and within about 20-30 minutes, you're back on the road. Unless there's
Are we
anything
there yet?
people want to do.
Nelly, how long did it take us to get there?
I don't understand the question.
Here, I'll help you out. It was 3 days.
But we had a little bit of an extra
Isn't it faster going
time
back,
there
though?
because we were so injured
We
from
lost
that vampire
it.
thing. We lost
we
like
lost
a whole day.
we lost a day. Very good. Quinn is helping me out with the math, teaching
Okay.
Nelly. That's good. So subtract the day from that. What do you have? You have 2. How long have we been on the road? The
I
answer to
don't-
that is 6 hours.
Well, how many hours are in a day?
Isn't
24.
there always a
24.
shortcut at the end of the adventure that leads you straight back to the beginning right away? Isn't that
This
how
is-
this works?
This is real life, he said, playing the Cypher system.
What's the cipher system?
He
I
said,
don't understand.
streaming this fantasy adventure on Twitch.
This is why we need to get Nos in the car.
That's another thing I'll shoot you for. You come near this car with anything that'll blow it up. I am as protective of this car as you are of your boat.
I'd rather not risk the car falling apart
I mean,
and having to
I got
walk
Nos on my boat.
back.
Yeah, but
and
you're
I don't
still very
want to have to
protective of it.
walk back.
Sure.
All right. You get back in the car. You're traveling. Who's rolling the next D100?
I'll do it this time.
All right, Tyler, go for it.
We're gonna mix and match the D100s. That is an 87.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see here. 87. Okay. The afternoon is gorgeous. For late spring, early summer, it is a bright, warm, dry day. There's big fluffy clouds in the sky that are forming odd shapes that you're able to kind of turn into a game of identifying which clouds are which based on the shapes that you are interpreting them as.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you don't encounter anybody on the road.
While we're driving, I ask Alexandria a question. Or, Alexandria, I have a question for you. Does it respond?
It's waiting for input.
Would you be able to, with information from us, compile a bestiary of the new types of creatures that have been created since the fall?
I would be eager to get more information on the evolution of creatures since the fall.
Excellent. Why don't we get started on this incredibly long drive that we have?
That sounds boring. Let's play I Spy instead.
Well, too bad you don't have access to the computer.
Alexandria, play I Spy.
No.
Alexandria, do you have
I
optical
turn around to
inputs?
look at Nell and I go, burn. And just turn back around.
Do you have any
Please.
sort of-
Please restate the question, user Isaac.
do you have any sort of visual or optical inputs that you could even play I Spy with?
Affirmative.
How do you?
Could you?
Oh, you saw it walking, didn't you?
I have
How do you-
14 different 4K cameras.
Oh, jeez. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
I wasn't expecting that many, but I at least expected you to have something to be able to maneuver that body. But that's a lot.
I see
Yes,
everything.
Alexandria,
Can you see in a full 360 degrees?
Affirmative.
good to know.
Pretty helpful.
So you could tell us if somebody's like following us.
Mm-hmm.
Define following.
Well, like if behind us and going the same direction we are, and
And the
appears to
definition
be
of
also
following.
like to be going in the same path that we are also going, that would be following.
Primary user, please confirm. Data.
I'm not good at explaining things.
Let me
Maybe you could try.
let me try this. Alexandria, what is the range of your detection abilities?
I can detect things up to 1 mile away. With reliability. I can see things further.
What do you start to lose capabilities-wise as you move further out than a mile?
The programs that are responsible for identifying things lose certainty beyond that point. A finite recursive curve occurs, and all data further than a mile appears to be an outlier.
Okay. Okay, Quinn, here, let's try this again. Can you sense any body or anything following us?
Accepting user Quinn's definition of following. Negative. No entity or entities are currently following you.
Was my description a good description?
We're gonna fix it when we get back, but for
Yeah,
now,
we'll
yeah.
find a dictionary definition to make
Fine,
it simpler.
It is too late. It is now overridden my primary functioning.
I don't buy.
That
I
was a
don't-
joke.
That's what I thought.
You're funny, Alexandria.
Thank you, user Quinn.
Isaac,
Yes.
go ahead. No.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I want to know what you were gonna say.
You
This
have
is
a better
Corin driving.
definition
This
for
is Corin
following.
driving. He's just like, no, I want to hear this. This is bringing me no end to joy.
Also, since it's time for I Spy.
Ask
Quinn?
them to play I Spy again,
Well,
please.
No, please-
Can
yes,
you
please
ask
do.
Alexandria to play I Spy with us?
I would just be curious. Could you I Spy to tell us if somebody was entering within a certain amount of range of our vehicle, so you could alert us? Can that be a fun game that we should have Alexandria play?
Why do we have to
like-
phrase it as a game? Why can't we
Yeah,
just
like,
tell them that
Alexandria
it's
could just
imperative
keep-
that we
have
I
know
don't
someone
know.
is?
It just,
They're not a child.
I'm just trying to make things fun, okay?
Trying to make it fun so we don't get assassinated.
Yeah, could that be a primary function to tell us what range should we tell? How close do you want them to get before they alert us to the situation?
How about within 100 yards?
Can you do that? Can you alert us if something comes within 100 yards of us that is of I guess if they have a heartbeat?
I got an idea.
Is that good?
I got an idea. And
That includes just random animals
yeah,
as well.
this could be like squirrels. So, Alexandria, could you, while we are on the road until we get back to the village, can you alert us if something comes within 100 yards of us while we're not in the moving vehicle? When we're camped, we're not moving. Can you alert us if something comes within 100 yards of us that is either humanoid, is an animal within your database that is a carnivore,
Harmful.
something
There's
that would
nice ones.
yes, or something that you cannot identify.
Or a really, really big version of something you can identify.
Like extra large, not normal size.
I feel like if
big.
it's that big, we would notice it.
Like the
Not if
giant
we're all
snake I told you
asleep.
about earlier. You remember
Yeah.
that? If something like that showed up, definitely tell us.
New parameters accepted.
It should be
Sentinel
fun.
mode active.
There we are.
Sentinel. Woohoo!
Please alert us just by simply telling us that, letting us know. Like, you don't have
Alert.
to
Alert us
sound
by making a really loud blaring noise.
No, well, you doesn't listen to you
Alert.
anyway, so you can say that.
Alert. Shh.
Alert.
Alert works. That actually
Alert.
works. Yep.
Alert is fine.
Yep.
You are being followed.
By
Bye.
what? By what?
There is a creature following from above.
Within 100 yards? What creature?
It is similar to a vulture.
Bigger?
Similar in what way?
Or
Affirmative.
I would have liked,
It
I would
is
have liked to.
0.0002% larger than the average vulture.
Isaac opens the window a tad. Are we?
Yeah,
are
look
we
up.
stopped?
No?
Are we stopped?
No, yeah, we're still stopped. So,
Yeah.
I
were we?
want to take my spyglass.
Yeah. Quinn, do you have your binoculars on you?
Always.
Take a look. Take a look up, and you said it was just above us.
Currently
Alexandria?
above you.
We've
100
got a
yards.
sunroof. Right?
No,
Didn't
we're-
we establish that in one of them? That there
You
was a
did.
sunroof? So I can.
There is, in fact,
us some-
a vulture circling overhead.
Oh, fun.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready to go?
Yeah, let's go. Let's move on out.
Okay.
So with your
Alright,
new
let's go.
Sentinel mode active, you continue to get little alerts like that, where it's a creature that is slightly larger than the average size of that creature, until you redefine what
Yep.
large means.
Yeah, significantly larger.
Define significant.
More than
At least-
1 1/2 times its size.
I was about to say that, yep. 1.5 times or larger.
No, it's going to be 1.25 times the size. It's going to be like...
No.
Yeah.
No. We said
We
1.5.
said 1.5 times larger.
A
or bigger.
50% increase over typical mass. Affirmative. Thank you for definition. So,
Alert us if you see any Twinkies too.
which
I'm
kind?
serious. I want to start. I want to use Alexandria to start building a database of the creatures we've encountered. I don't care if people like it or not.
I'll show her pictures that
There
I've
you go.
drawn.
Yeah,
of the
Isaac
creatures
shares the data
as
that he's been
examples.
compiling.
Yep. Isaac and Corin share the data. Quinn can show
It's a
the
picture.
pictures. Nell can sulk, I guess.
Now can
Here's-
provide flavor
here's the-
text.
Here's
I
the
will-
big snake.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Nell
So-
should help tell the stories.
I will discuss their capacity for aquatic travel.
Manticore.
I
No,
will-
you don't want the manticore. That can't swim at all.
Nell will discuss their capacity for aquatic travel. Most of the things we talk about, Nell goes, they do not have good capacity for aquatic travel.
The database that's being compiled has a field now for aquatic travel ability, and almost 100% of it is 0.
We do mention the, I don't know what it was called, but the hippopotamus octopus thing.
The octopotamus.
There you go.
I did not see that, so I do not
I
have a
did.
picture.
So
No picture.
Nell and I did, so we describe it.
And it is being added to the database. An artist rendering appears on the screen.
We got the giant snake, the vampire, the dragon, goblins.
I will tell exaggerated tales of the fights that we had with these creatures.
It's
I
been
also
entered
try
into
and-
the record.
I also describe, along with goblins, I describe like elves, dwarves, dragonkin, like letting them know these are what a lot of humans have turned into.
There were over
Please.
50 goblins.
Please.
Korn took out 15 in one go.
That is a lot of goblins.
Did I?
Please define
Exploded them.
what caused the fall.
Ooh,
No one knows.
no one is sure.
All we
We were
know is
hoping
that
you
Right.
might.
all we know
have-
is that magic came back and transformed things that were already here into things of lore and legend and awoke things. And somehow really, really messed with modern tech.
Turned me into a fish.
You are not really a fish, but
Close.
you are an aquatic elf.
Request
Nothing.
to adjust non-user Nelly Delance's profile to include fish.
Sure. Affirmative.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Amended. So, a few hours pass as you compile the list of all the creatures you've encountered, and then start to talk about ones that you've just heard of, but haven't seen yourself. And it's starting to get to be sundown. It's getting a little darker.
I mean, we're gonna find a place to. I'm gonna find
This-
a place to pull over. same
Can
as
we
last
ask the Alexandria to see if she sees any habitable places for us to pull over
time? Free of danger.
in the distance in front of us?
Either free of danger or full of loot.
Free of the things that we
No
ask
vampires.
to be alerted about?
No mimics.
Unfortunately, my perception does not allow me to be able to 100% accurately predict the level of danger or risk you will experience in a given area.
What percentage can you guarantee?
67.8.
That's better than what we had before you were here, which was 0.
Compiling data of known area. Cross-referencing with census population statistics. I believe I have found a place up ahead. Turn off here.
Okay.
You start to go down a farm road. It's pretty rough. A couple times, dirt has kind of piled up over the road. You have to slow down as you go over it. Take a left at the next intersection.
Okay.
After another 30 minutes, the sun is getting very low, and you are in the middle of nowhere. You have to turn on the headlights in order to see the road. Every once in a while, there's cars kind of in the ditch. One stalled in the middle of the road. Overturned van. And then you come across a small town. Not very large. Doesn't appear to be any people here at the moment. But little main street, some grain silos, a railroad station, and a bunch of little houses. Destination
Okay.
reached.
All right.
Recommended. Park in the body shop.
Okay.
Clarification. The body shop is a colloquial term for the auto garage.
I
Thank,
assume.
thank you for the clarification.
Thank you.
Oh, so that's what that means.
I've worked on cars. I know the lingo.
So there is a mechanic's shop at the end of the street. You pull off. The doors to the shop are down. You get out and check it out.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
Time to loot.
Remember what happened when I touched a garage? Like to touch it with like something else,
Yes, correct.
because
All
it
right,
could.
let's check it out.
We want to electrocute ourselves again, and by we I mean me. I don't want to electrocute myself or anyone else electrocute themselves again.
Utilizing the tools you have available to you, you confirm that the garage door is not electrified.
That's a win.
Is it locked?
Doesn't seem to be a latch or something on this side. You're gonna have to go around to the inside to try to find a way in.
Okay.
You find a doorway that is unlocked.
Excellent.
Okay.
Little waiting room. Does everybody go in?
Yeah, I'm going.
Somebody stay right out here with Alexandria.
Now
One or
has
two
already
people,
wandered
and then
off.
two of us can just go around and see if there's anything inside.
Okay. So
I'll go in.
sorry?
Who's
Who's
going
doing
with
what?
me?
Corin's
Yes, who's
going in.
with me?
I'm going in.
Quinn's going in. Isaac.
Nell has already wandered off.
Isaac.
Sorry. So everybody else that's gone, because Isaac will stay behind if there's nobody else.
Okay. So Isaac's going to watch the vehicle. Where does Nell wander off to?
Well, I've got two things I'm interested in finding. One is a clean pool of water. It's not gross or filled with leeches. And two, I don't remember if you mentioned it, but I thought I heard you say it. I want to find the post office and see if it has anything interesting. Like
Okay.
abandoned packages or anything like that.
So you're going to go rooting through downtown, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like you to roll a d20.
$14.
Okay. We'll come back to that in a second. Quinn and Corin, you enter the shop. Grime-covered windows, a little door that leads into the auto shop area. What do you want to do?
First off, do we find anybody? We want to make sure it's safe. to
Looking
stay
around,
here.
you're not even seeing signs of anybody being here.
Anything?
Anything
I'm gonna be looking for like things I can unlock, if there's safes or anything like that.
Yeah, anything salvageable, parts or anything, since we're in an auto shop?
Going deeper into the shop, there are a few auto parts. Yeah.
Cool. More salvage.
Quinn, you find a cash register you could unlock.
Okay.
We have so much
Okay.
cash right now. Like, we have so much cash
I'm still gonna try and pop it open.
that my real life is super jealous. We have so much cash right now.
Yeah, we do. I have it highlighted in my notes, and it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
So,
Yeah, I mean, she'll still try. She just likes to practice.
speed
Let's see.
test 2.
Okay. Where did my dice go? Okay.
I lower it to 1 by like. I got nothing. I don't know.
What you? Okay. I mean, my lock. It's a 15. I didn't need to use my. It's like my lock picking is my skill. So, but it was a 15. So.
You do pop the cash register open. It's got $10 in it,
Hell yeah!
all in coins.
Ooh.
Ugh.
I've got so many pockets on like my outfits. It's just going straight into one of the pockets on my bag. Like,
we could maybe melt those down for something. Who knows?
I'll make some really nice earrings.
Could I have one
No.
of you roll me a d20, please?
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, you got it?
Aaron?
Sure. 3.
All right. So, John, Isaac is outside with Alexandria. Do you talk to Alexandria at all?
Probably just to keep, see in case there's any other things that need to be fine tuned or updated about their database.
Okay. You're having a lovely conversation with Alexandria, making sure that their database is up to date. And just double checking something. Okay. So, after about 5 minutes of this conversation, Alexandria sort of straightens up, looks down the road, and says, "Alert, user Isaac."
Lovely.
What do you observe, Alexandria?
There is a large number of quadrupeds headed this way. Estimated number 53.
And there's no record of the species in your database?
Species identified: bovine, common cow.
Okay.
We're gonna get trampled.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
And it's at about that point that, Isaac, you actually do feel the ground starting to shake a little bit. They are approaching quickly.
Glad I parked us in the body shop.
You are outside the body shop still. You haven't opened the door.
I think you said the body shop main door was open, not the
You
entrance to
went
the thing.
through the business entrance.
Oh, well, do we feel the ground shake?
Yep.
At that point, I would try to get the door open very quickly.
Okay. You are searching around for I think there's a button to open the door. That's not working. There's no power. What are you going to do?
Is there one of the
Yeah, chain, anything.
like a
It's
thing
not
that looks
it's not a
like
garage like you have in a suburban home.
Darn it.
But there does appear to be a wheel that you can turn, but it's going to require a strength test.
Yeah, it is.
Let's do this,
Let's
Corn.
do it together.
Come on. I'm assisting him.
All
Cool.
right. So the two of you begin to crank the wheel. It's going to be a strength 3 test to start with.
Awesome.
And does that go down with are we both rolling?
I'll reduce it to a
Where-
2 with you both going. If one of you wants to not roll and help the other person, it'll be a difficulty 2.
I got a 15.
Yeah, I'm helping him.
Then yes, indeed, you are able to start to get the door going up. Isaac, you're standing out there for a moment with Alexandria as you can sort of in the dark see a dust cloud forming on the edge of town, just out in the country, and then the door starts to creep up. Not enough to get the car in yet, but you could get in.
I assist in trying to pull up from my end if I can.
Okay. It seems to make very little difference, the trying to lift.
I actually hand the keys while we're trying to do that. I hand the keys to Isaac and I go, when there's enough room, drive that thing inside.
All right. Isaac grabs the keys and says,
start it.
"Alexandria,
What?
Go start
Alexandria, help them lift the door open."
Affirmative. Alexandria goes through the business entrance, comes back around.
Lifts it with one hand. Just,
Ah!
just
I am
Terminators.
unsure how I will be of assistance. I am not equipped with muscles.
I haven't stopped trying to turn the wheel.
Yeah, we're still
I'm
turning.
not
Another
distracted
strength
by these.
test.
Not distracted by these things.
Difficulty is now a 4.
I'm gonna use some effort. Ooh,
Okay.
I don't got a lot of might.
I don't either, but I'm still assisting you.
Cool. So does it go down to a 3?
It does.
Okay. Well, and I used effort.
Down to a 2.
Good
Yeah.
thing that's a 9.
A 9. Okay.
Well, I would have got it with it.
You would have gotten it on a 3. Yeah. Teamwork. The door is just open enough to get the car in.
Isaac starts up the car and pulls it in.
Okay. You pull the car in just in time as the first part of the stampede of cows starts to enter town.
Point of clarification.
Yes.
Once the car's in, I close the door.
Actually, just releasing the wheel.
Yeah, that's all I figured.
Query. Where is non-user Nelly DeLance? Nell, the ground began to shake as you were searching through the post office. You found some stamps, some tape. You found a box cutter.
Or taking that.
You also found a lot of packages that were never sent.
Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. I might take a peek out the window to see what that stomping is, though.
Look at all these PS5s.
Turns out this is the town they were being made in.
All those PS5s and no internet.
Didn't even
to
notice
update.
when we came in that big
This
old
is-
building that says Sony across the top.
Yes, this is Sony, Minnesota.
Yes.
Did I not mention that? My operating
episode-
system was built here.
This episode not sponsored by Sony, which again is their loss.
Yeah.
So, Nell, you kind of look out the window, which is starting to rattle a little bit. Dust is starting to rise up a little bit off the floor. And it's at about that point in time, the first of the cattle comes charging down the street. And a flood of cows starts to fill the town.
That's cool.
Where all these cows come from?
That's pretty cool.
The light fixtures are swaying above you, and suddenly one gives way. So we're going to do a GM intrusion.
Oh, alright. Yes.
You accept? Who?
Do we
Oh,
ever?
wait.
Do we ever not?
I'm interested
Yes.
who she's going to give the XP to because she's by herself. Like, not a single one of us are helping her.
Doesn't have to be about this situation right now. It just has to be
Yeah, it could just
justified.
be-
Well, that's what
Um,
I'm so curious to how it'll be justified.
It's a good question. I am going to give it to Quinn for playing 20 questions.
And I won.
XP has been dealt.
Hell yeah, thanks.
Nell, you're so concerned with the cows that when the fixture gives way, you don't notice it until you turn around and walk right into the falling end of a fluorescent fixture. It slams into your head, and you fall to the ground unconscious.
What? You didn't fall through the floor, at least.
And then the floor gives way.
Makes sense.
Oh.
No, it's on a slab, so it'd be very impressive to fall through that floor.
That's an extreme intrusion.
So, Quinn, Isaac, Corin, Nell's not here.
Alexandria, can you detect
Nelly?
Nelly?
Non-user Nell the Lance entered the town shortly after our arrival.
And
You said you can detect up to a mile. You can't detect her within
Shoot.
a mile?
I can
She's-
see things within a mile. I do not see Nellie DeLance within my range of sight.
so
Also, there are many
you don't-
cows blocking my view.
Well, we'll ask again once the stampede is done.
Do you have any other inputs besides
Just-
sight?
There is some biometric data that was added to my operating system that I have not used yet.
You have
Would you
infrared
like me
vision.
to update?
Yes.
Do you have infrared?
No.
What
can
about-
you use the infrared on mine?
Possibly.
Ooh.
Platform upgrade would be required. Long-term shutdown would be required.
How long is
term?
long term?
Unknown. It would depend on an external user making the modifications.
How do you guys feel about making modifications to this thing? I don't know about that.
Well, we could
I have
completely destroy the thing that
Yeah.
we came to get.
Maybe we should wait until we find Nell first.
I
then
think we should
worry
wait
about...
until we get back. I'm not tinkering with Alexandria any more than we already have.
We could just use my infrared to look.
Well, look, we can't go anywhere anyway until the stampede stops. So
The stampede is slowed down. There is now just a flood of cows out in the street.
So they're just hanging out.
They're just hanging out.
So they stopped. They stampeded to this place and stopped.
Yes.
Do you Alexandria, do you detect anything that could have possibly caused the cows to stampede?
No.
Hmm.
Current input not available to make a determination. If I could get to a higher elevation, I might be able to make a better determination.
Well, what do we want to do? It's dark out. We don't know the place. Should we go look for Nell, or should we wait till morning when we're not at a complete and utter disadvantage?
I mean,
Nell's probably.
she'll probably
fine.
find her way back, right? I mean, there's odds are she probably is
I'll
it is it getting dark?
We had to have the headlights
It's
on.
dark.
It's dark.
Okay, so
Look,
don't know if-
here, if she's not back by morning, we'll just leave without her. I mean, go looking for her.
Okay.
We'll just tell her dad that Nell's now a robot,
Oh,
and,
this is
and
the,
Alexandria will become his daughter.
this is the path that we've chosen. Okay.
Oh boy.
No.
I am sorry, user Quinn. I do not have enough data on non-user Nellie DeLance to
Yeah.
accurately imitate her.
Alexandria, did you get a
She's
sense?
you know what fishes are like?
Yes.
Oh, we're not doing no, we're not messing up her bestiary for the sake of laughs. No.
Also,
Worked hard on
unable
this.
to breathe underwater. Also, my operating system nor
yeah,
my
I know
mobile
you
platform.
don't go in water.
Don't do that.
Correct.
Bad idea.
Did
Yeah,
you get a
yeah.
sense for how far Nell walked away before?
Non-user
Stampede
Nellie
started
DeLance
impeding you.
disappeared around the corner towards Main Street.
How far away from here?
Okay.
Kind of points to the corner of the next building over. That is the last place I saw non-user
All right.
Nellie DeLance.
Well,
Who wants to at least go check there, and then we'll come back. It's not very far.
there are
Yeah, let's-
a throng of cows in the way.
Can I go out like the? Can we go out like the front? Like obviously not out the garage door, but out
And they're
like
like, yeah, they're like some kind of side entrance.
Yeah.
So there's the business entrance.
Right. I want to
and
go out. I want to go out that and get a lay of the land and
The
see how.
cows are pressed up against the business entrance door.
Oh lord.
Can I?
um,
I'm gonna ask the group about this before I do it. And I'm
mhm.
gonna look and I'm gonna go. So, I don't really feel like we have to worry about making noise because the stampede made a ton of noise. I could fire a shot out the window and see if I could get them to stampede away.
Hmm.
You-
What if what if
what-
they'd stampeded into Nell?
well,
I mean, unless she's outside, which knowing Nell, I doubt she's outside. She likes to explore into things. So, so do we.
True.
So, none of us really, unless like we're exploring a forest or something, like to just be like, let's stay on the road. We like to explore in things.
All right. Give it a shot.
Ah,
Lit-
I'm just a little concerned about whatever made them stampede in the first place. Will hear your shot and come like trying to figure out where the shot came from.
I mean, stampedes can be caused by anything. You get a herd of cows together, and a snake or a rat or anything that spooks them can cause a stampede because once one gets spooked, they all get spooked.
But how do you,
That's-
have you seen some like this big of a group of cows together? like this seems abnormally big. Like this could be somebody's. Somebody could own these, and then the person who owns them
I'm not gonna kill him.
comes here to find out if we were shooting at their cows.
We weren't shooting at their cows.
They
and
don't
you know
know
what?
that.
And you know what? If they come here and are mad, we get to be mad at them for letting their cows almost kill us. Who's the irresponsible one here?
I'm just worried.
So you
No.
don't think I should? You don't think I should fire a shot off?
I don't know.
As this conversation is happening, Nell, you come to with a rather nasty bump on your noggin.
She wasn't even out for very long. See.
Ow.
You're not sure how much time has passed. It's dark outside.
Yeah.
You hear mooing.
Can I see at all in here now?
You can kind of make out some shapes, the counter, a flag. There's a row of windows. There's a row of... Sorry, looking at the chat. There's a row of windows that's kind of letting in a little bit of moonlight.
There's a
can't
row of
see the
windows and there
chat.
are people sitting in them.
I can't see the chat. My internet can't handle it.
Oh.
Somebody asking how you got to the cow level.
Oh.
That's a very good question. And the answer is random roll on the table.
Same way we got
Alright.
everywhere else.
I had a wonderful idea, Ryan.
What's your idea?
I am going to grab that flag.
Not good.
Okay.
She's already used her one good idea for this campaign.
I'm going to grab just one of the packages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to proceed outside. And I'm going to find a cow that's facing the direction towards the body shop.
Okay. You can't get the door open.
You're not
There's
even
too
going to
many
open the
cows.
package?
Dang it! Well, I was going to bring it home, bring it to everyone else, and then open it and say, "Hey, there's a whole bunch more."
Like Christmas.
Yeah.
Except it's ugly
Like
brown
Christmas.
wrapping.
Dang it! I can't get out. That's annoying. Well, that ruins the plan.
Give it a minute.
Well,
You might hear a gunshot soon if you wait.
Corin, do you fire your gun?
Yeah.
As you fire the gun, the cows do start to move away from the body shop and begin to press deeper into town, or some are leaving town, splitting the herd. And Nell, you hear a gunshot and the cows start to meander and move. Your friends are in trouble.
All right. Am I able to get out now?
With some difficulty, and the fact is the cows are still moving, so you're kind of getting pushed along with the herd now.
I'm going to try and... Well, I'm abandoning... My friends are in trouble. I'm abandoning the package and the flag behind. But I will still try and do part of the original plan and climb up onto one of the cows.
Okay, so you are able to jump onto the back of one of the cows. Let's see how graceful it is. Give me a speed test. Difficulty is a 3.
Well, it automatically gets reduced by 1 because my edge is 3.
Okay, so we're down to a 2.
We're down to 2.
Hmm?
Does this count as parkour?
I will count it as par cow.
Yeah.
Well, I am... As of last session, I am trained in parkour. So... Or parkour.
Funny
That
enough,
makes
you're
it
not
right.
trained in Parkow. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Specialization of parkour.
It's a different skill set.
For the
another
range.
level. Yep.
Is that... So that reduces it to a 1?
Yeah, just 3 or better. Can you do it?
Alright. I am going to spend 2 points of effort, or 2 points of speed, to apply a second effort to make it a difficulty 0.
Okay, do you not
And
want
I
to
just
roll?
do it. I don't know. I just do it.
So you grab onto the rather long, kind of scruffy cow and just leverage yourself up onto its back. Are you facing the back of the cow or the front of the cow?
Front of the cow.
Okay. It is heading out of town away from the body shop currently.
All right. Let's try and fix that.
So you have never ridden a cow before. You rid a horse probably once or twice, but yeah, no, the cow is a different animal entirely, literally. So go ahead and give me a mental test.
All right.
Say hello, Dart.
Hello, Dart.
Hello, Dirt.
Hi, Dart. Do I have anything relevant?
The difficulty is going to be 2.
2? Oh, all right. We'll just give that a roll then. 15, not a problem.
You just kind of grab onto the creature and steer it away. It sort of buffers into the rest of the herd, but the herd sees this one turning and also starts to turn. Isaac, Corin, and Quinn, the cows are scattering. You're actually able to get out.
And how soon before we see?
I mean, it's going to be a minute, so how would you like to proceed in the interim?
Carefully, just kind of walk out, but don't get near any of the cows because we don't want to get caught up in them.
Yeah.
The
Looking around to see.
The cows are kind of scattering from your position. They seem to identify the place where the gunshot happened. And it isn't until you round the corner to head the direction that Nell went that you see that the herd is turning and is now heading back towards you very quickly. We're going to do speed tests to get out of the way.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So, we're going to set the difficulty of this at, let's go 3.
Yay!
Hey, Ryan,
That's a
can you make this-
4.
Ooh.
That's a 4.
But you said it's
Ryan?
speed defense?
Yes.
Ah! My subconscious defense, my new tier 3 ability from my calculates the incalculable happens. The difficulty of speed defense tasks is reduced by 1 because my subconscious
Hey.
constantly runs predictive models for
Ah.
avoiding danger.
You knew there was a chance the cows might turn around, although it was only a 0.05% chance.
I'll probably put in.
What does that make the? What is the
an
difficulty?
effort.
Corin's is down to a 2.
Okay.
And if Quinn is using
I
effort,
wanna-
also down to a 2.
So I spend how much for? I have 1 edge.
So you spend 2 points.
2 points. Okay.
8.
Alright.
8. Good thing you spent the your calculate the incalculable.
I got a 10.
Getting lower.
10,
I love that I don't
just
have
good
to
enough.
spend it. It just happens now. Nice.
Corin, would you please roll for Alexandria? And Alexandria's difficulty is increased by 1.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you need
No,
a 12 or
no.
better.
Surely they also would have the subconscious thing.
Apparently not.
Hey, that's a 12.
Yay!
Good enough.
Nice.
Oof.
So, Quinn, Corin, and Alexandria all realize what's about to happen and are able to turn around and start moving. Isaac, it takes you a second too long as you watch the cows starting to barrel down on you.
Yep.
Your friends have turned and left. You start to go, but you know you're not going to make it. Instead, you kind of press yourself up against a wall and hope they just bypass you. And sure enough, the flood of bovine starts to pass you, passing out of town, dust being kicked up, kind of choking the air. And then you see Nell astride one of the cows, steering it with a flag in one hand and a package in the other.
Steering it.
Hey.
That's right. I said it. No, you do not see Isaac. But you do see the body shop.
Do we
All
see
right.
her? Like, as we look out?
It's
Do
too
I-
much dust.
Okay.
Do I see any of my friends?
You do not. You don't see the car
I don't-
either.
I don't see the car, and
No.
I don't see Alexandria.
Nope.
But you do see the body shop.
All right.
Because it's a
Well, I'm gonna make
building.
my way to the body shop and
You
look
steer the
for-
cow towards the body shop. Do you get off and open the door?
No. I start shouting. What did you do with my friends, you fiend? Come out here where I can see you.
Non-user Nelly DeLance located.
Yep. I kind of kick open the door and walk out. Is it still too dusty for her to see me?
No, you can see each other just barely.
I look at her and I go, fiends?
Everyone was missing.
Are you on a cow?
Calm down, calm down. Yeah, it's Bessie.
The rest of the herd is starting to move out of town again.
We're not keeping a
We're
cow.
not keeping the cow.
We don't have room.
I heard a gunshot. Are
That
you
was-
guys okay?
I just kind of spin the gun on my hand.
Please don't. That seems unsafe.
I've been training this my whole
I saw-
life.
The-
I spin it again.
No.
Was there? Did you take care of the threat then? Why'd you shoot? Why was the gun fired?
To scare the cows away because they were keeping us inside and we were wanting to come look for your troublemaking butt.
Isaac, there is now enough room for you to maneuver back to the body shop.
Oh.
See,
Well,
Isaac, I was like, where did you go?
I found a nice wall to hug. Well,
Cool.
cows.
That was a lot of cows.
Yeah.
Alexandria,
found-
do you detect anything that could have made them stampede? Now that they're gone?
No.
Good.
I found goodies, and I tossed Corin the package.
I catch it.
It's a small box, not terribly large, marked priority mail. Apparently it was going to New York.
I'll open it.
You
Isn't
open
this
somebody else's mail.
Isn't this a federal crime?
Rude.
Do you want
Are
to...
we gonna go to jail?
First off, I don't think you would know it's a federal crime at this point.
It's still a federal crime to open someone's mail, even in the after times.
I don't think it is. I bet they're dead.
Is there a federal government to
No.
prosecute us?
There's
No,
federal
I opened the
government.
package.
Do you
I'm not-
open your
There's like
neighbor's
30 more of
mail
those.
that they get to their home?
Hey, Tyler, you wouldn't download a car.
I 100% would.
Says you.
If you could get a car. This is the dumbest commercials. Like, you wouldn't download a car. If I
The
could get
hell
a
I
car that easily, yeah. Yeah, I would.
How do you undownload it?
Why
to
don't
be
hey, let me
real?
download health insurance. Like, give me like let me download something like
Oh.
that.
There is a
You
metal
almost
tin
could download a
inside.
car.
Oh.
There's a metal tin inside,
3D printed.
wrapped in bubble wrap, identifying it as a tin of cookies.
Are they
I was hoping it was.
Oh,
I
Christmas
open it up.
cookies.
Does it?
There's
does
a
it smell like-
small card, too.
What's the card say?
Opening the card, too. Bold. Okay. It says, to little Timmy from Grandma.
Oh, it's
Aw.
cute. I
Merry
opened the tin.
Christmas.
Aw,
I opened
Thanks,
the tin.
Grandma.
I opened the
that's
tin.
Sweet.
It's got cookies in it.
Does it seem like they're still okay?
This passes the sniff test.
I'll take a
I
little
found the
bite.
bread.
I'll take a little bite of one.
They're incredibly stale.
We got cookies, guys. Let's go in.
Why would you?
Hold on. We gotta head back to the post office before we leave. It's like 30 more packages.
We should do that when it's daylight.
Yeah,
yes.
it's
Agreed.
dark.
Agreed.
Yeah, we should probably just
Oh.
settle in for the night.
Get out. Get off the cow. Come in here so we can all settle in for the night. We have cookies to eat. Let the cow go be with its friends.
Oh, no. All right.
The only way the
fine.
cow's coming back with us is well, in a way that you wouldn't like.
Yeah, we're not gonna tie the cow to the roof or something like that, or like hook it to the back
That's
like a
fine.
trailer.
I hold out the tin to Quinn, and I was like, "Get a cookie.
No.
Get a cookie.
I have
Why?
to-
I got snacks that are better.
We
than
have had worse things than these cookies. We live in the apocalypse.
Yeah, but I have standards.
You had that whiskey.
What type of
These
cookies
are
are these?
actually-
I don't.
these
and
are
I snatch
pre-
a cookie.
These I eat another one. These are pre-apocalypse cookies.
What is that difference?
Nothing you have made can probably top the ingredients that were put into these, even though they're stale, because of what we have access to now.
John,
Eat a cookie.
the cookies do not match the outside of the tin. They appear
What
to be
does
homemade.
that even mean?
That's
What?
what
It
I'm-
means
but I mean, like,
that,
yeah, like
that
what-
grandma made these. These aren't
Are we talking like
preserved.
oatmeal raisin? Are we
These
talking
aren't
like
highly
They
preserved.
look like they're
cookies.
just sugar cookies.
Even
Okay,
better.
so
I'll eat the
basic.
hell out of them.
Frosted
That's
sugar
fine.
cookies. Come
Heck
on.
yeah.
When it passed.
Traditional Christmas cookie.
That means they last longer because they're not homemade. They're processed.
no? They are homemade.
They
Yeah.
are homemade.
Oh, are they homemade?
They're
Well, then
homemade.
they're stale, but I'm still eating them.
Oh yeah.
You
But they're
you,
also
It reminds
So
you
me
but-
go right ahead.
unless
Now
the
that
sugar
basic
managed to
training.
ferment in the time that they've been sitting here.
They have a
Correct.
0.7% alcohol content.
You're gonna
This
be
is like you
drunk.
have yet to describe something that's a downside to these cookies.
Exactly.
So,
You get to the bottom of the tin, there's a note saying, "Little Timmy, I've always hated you. Enjoy the poison. Love Grandma."
I knew you were coming for my inheritance, Timmy.
I have a hard time believing I wouldn't have seen the note at the bottom.
Maybe you
the
should
big
have
note at the
called
bottom
me
of a
more,
tin.
Timmy.
But no, there
I thought
is
you were
no
like,
note. The cookies
This
are
is for
fine.
putting me in a home, Timmy.
There's bugs in the cookies. Awesome protein. We need that too. I don't care.
Oh, these are all yours, man.
Corn
Well,
has
they're
cookies for
not because
dinner.
Nell and Isaac have eaten some,
I have a
Exactly.
quick question.
and I keep peer pressuring Quinn to eat some.
Yes, Clarity.
Was the flag the United States flag or the Minnesota state flag?
It was the U.S. flag.
Okay.
No.
Not a big difference. I just wanted to check.
It was the Canadian flag.
No.
I hopped off the cow. I'm not on the cow anymore.
Pat him on the butt and send him on his way.
Gallops
give
out
him
of
a
town.
nice big smack on his haunches and say,
As
good,
he's
good
galloping
cow.
out of town, you see a shadow just descend, grab the cow, and pick it up and fly off.
Cool.
I'm going inside.
Alexandria, do you sense anything that could have caused them to stampede?
Or know what that thing was.
Affirmative.
What do you sense?
Also, alerts. Alerts
Uh-huh.
over.
What?
We
What
should
was
go
the other-
inside.
The
I'm already
alert.
inside. I'm already
Okay.
inside.
Yeah, I didn't leave the doorway.
Alexandria, please describe, as we get in there, like, please describe what you sensed.
So Alexandria's display turns into what would probably be their perspective of the cow, and it's just frame by frame of the cow moving, and then you see this thing, this brown winged creature, drop down, grab it, and carry it off, and then as soon as it is gone, the image changes into a bat.
Oh,
Just a
good.
really big bat.
Oh, like a big bat?
Oh, good.
The
That's
creature
definitely more than one.
started
In...
its dive at more than 100 yards away.
We should probably extend the range
Cool,
on
cool,
that.
cool.
So,
Extend
yeah,
the
maybe
range.
extend it to
Extend it to 200 yards.
yeah.
How about
At
500?
We don't want to tax it too much. Because 500
Mm.
yards is just ridiculous at that point.
250.
Alright.
Split the difference.
Okay, 250 yards. Extend alert to 250 yards.
Parameter change accepted. Sleep well.
Yeah, okay.
I think we should still do watches. Just
Yeah.
to supervise.
Can't
Alexandria?
Alexandria keep watch?
Yeah, can you watch
Well,
while we sleep?
Power
Wake us up.
levels are presumably good. I deleted my power level monitoring.
Why did you do
Oh,
that?
because
power levels are dangerously high.
Did we put the battery in her?
Yeah, I don't know that.
What's
Oh, that's
that?
right. That's right, we did.
That
Do you
was...
still have that magic battery we put inside you?
Define magic battery.
The battery that we put inside you. That's not the
Affirmative.
definition for magic battery. I just changed my question. The battery that we put inside you have that?
Affirmative. It is currently powering this platform.
So taking it out would power you down.
Affirmative.
Okay, we're gonna keep that in. Never mind.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have a power saver? Is the mode where we say the safe word and you go into a box? Is that like a power saver mode as well?
Yes.
Pineapple.
Doesn't work. Yep, just say it. Keep saying it.
A
that is-
picture of a
yes.
pineapple appears on the screen.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cute. They're responding to you now, just not in any way that matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
What were we
I'll
saying, John?
take what I can get.
No, I was just gonna say that Alexandria's like, yes, that is the correct term to put me into power safe mode.
Do
I
we
think
want
we
to
should
do that?
still.
I mean, we can stay awake and keep watches. I'm not gonna. We don't have to do anything. We can just kind of hang around. So yeah, if we want to take watches, that's fine.
I think we should, just in case Alexandria is a little bit slow on the alert or alerts when it's not really a threat.
That's fair. Who wants to go first? I will if no one cares.
I don't mind. I'll go first, second.
Okay, go second then, since I said we'll go first. Who wants to go third?
I'll take third watch.
All right, Quinn, you
Yeah,
got
I can go
last.
last. Yeah, it's fine.
Alexandria, if we leave you running this entire time, you won't run out of battery.
Correct.
Cool. Well,
I will
gonna take-
reinstall power monitoring. One moment. Current battery life is 170 years.
Well
I
then.
think we're good.
Decent.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I wonder how long you have to leave them plugged in to like fully charge it when it gets down.
Yeah.
This
Or does
battery
it
does
just
not
die
appear
and
to be
just-
rechargeable.
Probably like 2 hours. You know.
Theory.
Hmm.
Battery life means that I have mortality.
Oh, just
I
for
wonder
this
what-
one.
Well, I wonder what we're going to talk about during my watch.
The screen suddenly just goes blank, and Alexandria seems to go into shutdown mode.
You broke her!
Is she reserving her life by powering down? She doesn't want to die.
So she went into the power saver mode where she's a box.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave her. No, let's let her. She came to terms with some stuff just now. Let's let her sleep.
Oh. Poor Alexandria.
Well, she's gonna outlive. Well, she's gonna outlive me, and she'll probably outlive you, Quinn.
Yeah, I mean, unless I
Probably
discover
won't.
some sort of, fountain of youth or something.
Probably won't outlive you now.
Why?
Aren't you an elf?
Yeah, what does that mean?
You have a longer lifespan than a dragon can.
I didn't know that!
There's
We've
actually
never
no
watched
evidence
Lord
of
the
that.
Rings.
Yeah, we
Huh?
we have think
I'm
time
sorry?
hasn't gone on long enough to know
No.
lifespans of the
These are
races
assumptions I'm
bet.
making since literally everything else about us changed into these fantasy races.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
No.
We've read
it would be
books.
weird if like
The
it would be
fantasy
weird if we
books.
got everything, but then the life expectancy was like, nah.
There's lots of books that we could
I
have
thought I
read.
just turned into a fancy fish.
I mean, honestly, with your behavior as a person, you probably won't outlive Alexandria.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm
True.
just-
You probably
I'm
won't.
Wait a moment.
not trying
Actually-
to be
getting
mean,
better.
but
Actually,
like,
she probably won't outlive any of us. Honestly.
Isaac, though.
No.
Yeah, Isaac will be there for Alexandria. Maybe even find a way to make
Extend?
a new version of that battery.
Mm.
All right, y'all need to go to sleep, and I'll take
Okay.
watch.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm gonna eat the rest of these cookies.
We're going
If you have
to.
the shits in
I
the morning,
steal
I
a
swear to
couple.
God.
I steal 5 of them.
Oh, they're probably all gone then at that point. So.
We're going to hand wave the watches because nothing happens because you're inside and the bats are outside.
I had important stuff to do during those watches, Ryan.
Okay, what did you want to do?
Did you say bats plural?
Yes.
Gross. That's okay.
Don't
Well,
stop here. This is bat
presume-
country.
Corin would have to wake up now.
Yep.
And Nell wanted to do a conversation with Corin.
I'm so tempted to just be an asshole and not wake you up because you wanted to do something.
No.
No, I'll wake you up.
All right, go ahead.
So I come back from just walking around, looking outside. I come back in, and I just kind of shake her foot. I'm just like, Nell, you wanted second watch. You wanted second
Huh?
watch. You wanted second watch.
Right. Oh, right. Okay. Get up.
Did you finish the cookies?
I hide
Damn it.
cookies today.
Damn it. Oh well, it's fine.
Cool. Anything interesting happen on your watch?
Did anything interesting happen on my watch? Did I
Heard
see the
large fluttering wings outside several times. In fact,
think there's-
probably more than one pair at a time.
So you remember the big bat thing that we saw just like an hour or two ago?
Yes.
I think
yes,
there's
I
more
do.
than I think there's more than one.
Ah.
So stay away from the windows.
I will.
I'm just
keep
gonna
an
warn if
arm's
you go
length
outside
away
and get
from the windows.
if you get caught by one of those things, there's nothing we can do.
I will
like, you're
stand
done.
arm's length away from the windows.
Okay. I start getting getting in the front seat and
Um,
like throwing my blanket over me.
Actually, Corin,
Yes.
I wanted to talk to you about something.
Shoot.
It's been
I'm s-
nagging at me.
I'm just laying in the front seat. Go ahead. Actually, this is rude. Everybody else is trying to sleep. Let's go into the other room.
Okay. You and your dad,
Oh, good.
didn't you hate him?
I did. I don't know if actually hated him. I hated being around him. Because of
Oh.
how he made me feel and how he treated me.
Oh. Why did that stop?
I guess a couple of things. One, he seemed like he started seeing worth in me. Because he always acted like he didn't. But he seemed like he started to. And because of hanging around with all of you troublemakers and getting us all into trouble, has caused me to start taking things a little bit more seriously.
Oh.
So it's a combination of, I don't know, I grew up a little bit and he grew up a little bit. Why?
So you don't hate him anymore?
No,
No. Angry?
I didn't say that. I don't hate him anymore. I think I'll always be a little angry at how he made me feel for a long time, but I mean, I've talked with my mom, I've talked with my grandmother. It's clear that he cares about me. He just shows it in a weird way. He expects a lot out of me. He wanted me to be a lot like him. And I think he finally saw that I wasn't going to be, but that I would do something with myself, even if it wasn't following in his footsteps exactly.
I see. Thanks, Corin.
No.
I'm going to.
Nope, we're not done. My turn. What about your dad? Why do you hate your dad? I've always been curious. I've known you for a lot of years, and I've never really known. why you hate your dad, because you've never really told us.
I don't know. Yes. Just sometimes I wish it was him who died, not her.
How come?
She was my best friend.
Did you love your dad when she was alive?
I mean, you're always both great. It's just what about your grandma? What about that relationship?
She's probably the one I have the best relationship with. She's the one who always encouraged my more inquisitive side. She never really minded me being lazy. I think she always knew that eventually I'd figure something out. She's the one who, without a doubt, she's the smartest one in the village. I think most people know that too, so I was able to siphon off a lot of information from her.
She's the one who always believed in you being you.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, my mom was very much too, but my mom also had the misfortune of having to play mediator between my dad and myself, not acting our ages, I guess. Do you think that your dad doesn't care about you?
I don't think he cares about me being me.
Well,
I think he's just scared.
I mean, I think he's very scared too. No judgment on you. I know you're not going to change. And if any of us cared, we'd have stopped hanging out with you, but we didn't. But yeah, I think he is scared. You're a little reckless. Do you deny that?
The Lances aren't the type to run away from danger. My mom taught me that.
I think your dad... Have you ever thought about it like this? Maybe your dad's more protective of you and scared to lose you because he's already lost the other most important person in his life? Take it from someone who has lost 2 grandparents and then another grandparent. When your mom died, you took a big hit, but your dad took a really big hit too. And here's how it probably went. You're able to show that it hurts. He probably doesn't think he's allowed to because he has to be the strong one for you, because he knows how much you miss her. Coupled with the fact that some of the reckless things that you do, which I'm not telling you to stop, that wouldn't be you, but coupled with some of the reckless things you do probably scares the hell out of him. because he probably sees a lot of you or a lot of her in you.
He never has talked about it. We've never really talked about it.
I can't tell you how to live your life or anything, but maybe you should ask him about it sometime. And maybe just a little bit, cut him a little bit of slack. Not all of it. Kids still got to keep their parents in line. Trust me. I still give my dad a hard time, and I'm pretty sure he still hates me a little bit, but...
Yeah, well. I think you're pretty cool.
I mean, I think you're pretty cool, too. Otherwise, I wouldn't throw myself into danger to come to the danger that you've thrown yourself into.
Thanks, Corin. And I punch him in the shoulder.
You're keeping me awake. I'm supposed to be asleep right now.
So as
Corin
Corin heads back to the car, curls up with the blanket, Nell kind of settles in.
As I'm going through the door, I don't even look back, and I just go, stay away from the windows!
Settles in for the night. Does anybody else want to have deep, meaningful conversations this evening?
I
Yes,
also had
Clarity.
a point of mischief. I had a point of mischief I needed to do too.
Oh,
Okay.
for fuck's sake.
I want to attach the flag to the car.
There is no way you'll be able to do so quietly. You will wake up the other members of your party if you try it.
All
I
right,
can picture Nell, like, sneaking with the flag, and as she goes to attach it, you just hear Corin on the inside go, no, but no, nope. She just, like, walks away.
I like that. That's canon.
That's how it played out.
That's how it went. That's how it went.
All right. Well, I think this is a very good time for us to go ahead and take our 10-minute station break. So we'll be back after everybody has hydrated and dehydrated and stretched their legs a little bit. So stick around. We'll see you then. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to After the Fall. We hope you had a good 10-minute break. I know that we all did. We all got something to drink. Aaron got a cat. So, good times all around. So, morning comes. It's a bright, beautiful morning. Kind of poke your heads out. No bats. Alexandria boots back up and seems to be completely ignoring the fact that they have a battery life of 170 years, and that means that at the end of that, they'll probably be dead.
Alexandria, do you want to talk about anything?
No.
Not about the fact that you could probably have a new battery installed before 170 years is up?
I am not sensing any bats outside.
Thank you.
If you're, don't feel.
I am not
Not
sensing any bats outside.
This,
Shall
feel
we
free to
go?
talk- this- yeah, feel free to.
You need
This
to
topic
confront
is
your emotions, Alex.
never off
Let-
off the table. If you ever want to have
just
it,
when you want to talk, we're
whenever
here
you
for
feel
you.
comfortable enough to talk about it.
Mhm.
we'll
All right,
talk.
well, maybe if all
Data
three of
point
you
noted.
talk to her at once, it might help.
Let's go. Alexandria gets in the car first.
I have a great idea. Let's let Alexandria drive.
Nope.
I am not equipped with a driving program.
There you go.
I could
Oh,
attempt to
oh.
write a driving program.
Mm-mm.
You should
Put a
you
pin
should-
in that. We'll
But yeah.
we'll come
Watch
back to it
Corin.
when we get back.
Don't
to
don't do anything that could potentially mess up your
Mhm.
data store, your data stores,
or the vehicle.
or the
Overwrite
vehicle.
useless stuff.
Noted.
We should We should grab those.
We can play
packages,
20
though.
questions again.
Oh yeah, let's go over to the pull over to the post office and I'm just gonna open the door and we're just gonna throw some packages in.
All right, you just dump a bunch of packages in the back.
We gotta
Take off.
just go.
If all goes well, by the end of the day, you'll be back in Newcastle. So, who wants to roll the D100? Who's the brave soul?
I would.
All right, Clarity, go for it.
That is an 86.
Everybody's rolling high. All right. The morning passes without any incident. You make it to lunchtime. Smooth roads, no blocks. You're going down a slightly different path than you took coming here, but that's mainly because you don't want to run into a vampire or mimic box again.
Yeah.
So,
We have officially called it a mimic. So
it is noted
Because-
in my databanks as a mimic.
Box monster.
Mimic box monster.
Like alternate title.
yeah, creatures always have alternate titles that other people call them.
Scientific name, mimic.
Mhm.
Yes.
Colloquial
Yes.
name, box monster.
Yes.
So, for the afternoon, who wants to make the D100 roll?
I can.
All right, Aaron. Will Aaron make the D100 roll?
If I can find all of my D100.
Watch, she comes back up. Her glasses aren't there.
Ah! No, that was before stream. 70.
All right. Yeah, you make it without any incident. The likelihood of incident increased by 10% with each of the rolls. You trip out, you hit below the mark pretty much every time. The way back, not once.
Fate
We're
is
doing
on
great.
our fate is on
We're
our
doing
side.
great.
Fate is
So-
like they have dealt with a lot.
Yeah, they've seen enough shit.
It's
Give
a
'em some.
long day of driving, and by the end of it, you're almost out of gas, Corin. That tank is running on fumes, but you crest the ridge and you can see Newcastle
Got this.
ahead of you. Well, more accurately, you can see Pine Guard.
There you go. We got this. That's where we're stopping.
As you pull towards Pine Guard, you see a bunch of soldiers coming out of makeshift shelters to sort of stop you and inspect you. You pull up under the overpass.
When the soldiers come by, I tell whichever one comes to the window, and I say, inform my father that we need to speak with him immediately. And also, please inform. And also, wait, trust me, like immediately.
You're the general's kid, aren't you?
Yes.
All right, yeah, I'll get right on that. Your dad's been expecting you back. Expected you back a few days ago, though.
Well, we have quite the tales. We have quite a lot of tales to tell. Trust me.
Well, I look forward to hearing them. You know, I heard a tale from this feller at the bar the other night about
Yeah.
Oli and Sven. You know them?
No.
No.
Oh, well, you see, this one time he starts to launch into a very...
I'm
What?
really sorry. Really need to speak with my father. Like, it is imperative.
Oh, I was really invested in Oli and Sven's story, though.
Oh,
That's
I mean, I
Kate's
live in
house.
Pine
Regale
Guard. It's
us.
not like he's not going to be able to tell me at some
Regale
point.
us. It's a
We
story.
can rain
well,
check.
yeah, that is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose I could go do... All right, you kids stay here. I'll go get your fodder.
Thank you.
All right, I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Hey,
Also, tell
you three,
him.
keep an eye
Tell
on
him he
them,
needs
okay?
to. Tell him he needs to inform Wilma Rogers, the librarian. We also need her.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The librarian? That's,
Yep.
I mean, she's up in Newcastle. It's...
I'm just
It's
saying.
getting
Have
dark.
him.
Can you send word?
This is important. Have him send a messenger or
Yeah,
take the train.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let him know.
Yeah, tell him to send somebody, but we need to speak with him immediately.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
Carl wanders off.
Hey, Alexandria.
Yes. Primary
Pineapple.
user core in Wisevale.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Nothing happens. Picture of pineapple doesn't appear on the screen. Nothing at all happens. All right. It's about 20 minutes before you see your father, mother, and grandmother walk down the stairs into the underpass. By this time, the car has run out of gas. You're back. Ah.
I assume all of us, at least a little bit, look a little bit worse for the wear. I don't think any of us escaped at least getting hit by something once.
Yeah.
My arm's still broken?
Obviously, Nell looks
Yeah,
like...
your arm's
Nell
definitely
looks
And leg,
like Nell's
actually,
arm's
for
in
that
a
matter.
sling. It looks pretty bad.
How the
I feel
hell
like
did you ride the cow?
Corin probably... I feel like Corin and Isaac look a little torn up as well, because Isaac got bit by the vampire, and Corin got Isaac thrown into him and off the top of the car. Quinn probably looks fine.
Morphine on her, but I don't think it was that good of morphine. Maybe it was that good of morphine, huh?
I feel like we noticeably probably have some battle scars now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, she's got a full broken arm still for sure.
Yep.
You're back, and hey, you're back though. That's the important part. You all made it back.
We're all back.
We have so much to talk about. I can't even make a joke about it.
All right. I mean, can you
First
drive
off,
up to the main building, or
I just ran out of gas.
Hey.
Can somebody please help me
gas
push
can?
it?
Let's go.
Or gas can.
They bring out a gas can. They put a little bit of gas in there. You're able to get up to the main building. Within about 10 minutes, you're in your family home. Everybody together.
All right.
Grandma's serving cocoa.
First of all, did they tell you to send a messenger for Wilma Rogers?
Yeah, I sent Carl.
Okay, how long do you think that'll take?
Carl? He's going to talk. It'll be about an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send another messenger.
We're gonna
He
show you
leaves
some.
to go get another messenger.
Okay, Dad. All right. Mom, Grandma, how you doing?
Oh, we're super glad you're back. And look I think you made it out okay. Nellie, did you break your arm?
We have a lot
It's fine.
to tell you. No, it's broken. She's fine, but it's broken. When Dad gets back, we'll start to tell you. There's something I want to show you, but that needs to wait till Wilma Rogers gets here, especially since she was the one who sent us on the mission.
You can tell us about your journey then in the meantime.
Absolutely. Let's wait till Dad gets back. There's a lot to say, and I'll have to repeat some stuff.
After about 5 minutes, your dad gets back. He's dispatched another messenger, and you begin to tell your story. The four of you.
Were you saying something?
What?
I thought Aaron was wanting to say something.
Aaron,
Okay.
you're muted.
I'm not. I didn't say anything. I just nodded, shaking my head.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. So you begin to launch into the epic saga of your journey.
Tell it in order. Yep.
Do you tell everything?
Yeah. Let's see why not.
Including
I include the dogs.
Alexandria?
We don't mention that.
Okay.
Not until the library.
We will mention that when Wilma Rogers gets here. If they ask, because I assume my dad probably knows what we were sent after. If he asks, I'll tell him. I'll be like, that needs to wait till Wilma Rogers gets here so we can explain all of it at once. All of that at once.
All right. It takes about an hour. But Wilma...
So, what are their reactions to vampire, to dragon that eats nightmares, to the mimic box?
Your parents seem nonplussed.
Goo.
They may have encountered things like this before. Grandma's making some notes when it comes to the dragon and the mimic.
She encountered the goo.
I exaggerate everything.
And we bring it back. So yeah.
After about an hour, Carl shows back up with Wilma. I saw, yep, here you are, and I'll just be going then, and you have yourself a good night, okay? Thank you. Okay, yeah. She just kind of shuts the door on him.
First things first, Dad, you and I, or you and me and a group of people, are gonna, because I told them we encountered the Knights of Snelling, obviously. You and I are going to need to go to a Snelling outpost if we want to keep good relations with them and pay them the 10%. I intentionally did not stop there because of the cargo that we have, which I will show you now.
You found it?
I mean, we salvaged a lot of stuff. Trust me, there's a lot, but also here, and I open up the back door.
There's a bunch of just packages.
Yeah, there's a bunch of packages. Like, they see that there's a bunch of
salvage.
salvage stuff, like, and we move all of that stuff. And when we, like, clear that out a little bit, I go, hey, Dad, you're not going to know what this means, but you have the highest clearance. What are those fruits that grow on bushes that are really spiky? Tropical fruits?
Avocados?
Yellow.
Close. Keep
Yellow
going,
on
yellow.
the inside.
Spiky on the outside, you cut them.
Oh, pineapple. The boot up sequence is instantaneous, and as Alexandria kind of unfolds back into humanoid form, your father has grabbed a sidearm and drawn his firearm.
I hold my hand out. I hold my hand out to him and I go, no, this is it.
User identified. Colonel Wisevale.
This is, I look to him and I look to
Alexandria.
Wilma and I go, yeah, this is Alexandria.
Wilma's mouth is just dropped. What?
Alexandria, state your function and your purpose.
I am Alexandria, artificial intelligence and database of all known publications prior to what has become known as the Fall. Did you require more, primary user Corn Wisevale?
We'll get there, but no, that's enough for now.
Primary user?
That's right, Dad. I'm big shit.
I mean, I think
we
I could
did-
probably have been primary user, but I just let him have it. It's fine.
I beat you to it. let's
Yeah,
be honest.
but
I'm the
she likes
secondary
me
user.
better, though.
No, you're not. We
That's-
actually
No.
don't let
It's
Nell.
fine.
We
She
don't
likes
let
me
Nell talk to
better.
it. Dad, you're actually the one with the highest clearance here. We've actually learned a lot. There's a lot of stuff that's classified within Alexandria that can only be accessed through the highest rank in government, which could be a problem since there is no acting government anymore.
No active
Some of that stuff had to do with my mom.
But
Also, there's redacted information
Oh.
on several of the people that live here, including her mother, including you.
I think, though, if we provide enough evidence that there is no government, that might help
I mean, I'm sure.
get us access to those things, because there's nobody to say no.
Alexandra, show
Yes.
him things you showed us.
She doesn't listen.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, the things we just gave her names and she showed us
I think it
information
might be
about
best-
the people.
I think it might be best, guys, if they learn this the way we did, and just kind of we let them ask questions of it. But this is, I look to Wilma and I go, this is Project Alexandria.
No one ever said anything about artificial intelligence. That wasn't
Well,
that
what-
wasn't possible.
What were you expecting?
I thought
I
it was
assume a
just going to
hard
be a
drive.
hard drive with a whole bunch of books on it.
That's what I expected.
Well,
I'm sorry to
I'm sure
disappoint.
there's books in there, right? You have books in you.
No, you're not a disappointment. You're a big plus, really.
I have all books and periodicals and articles and social media information.
She's got way more than you even thought, which makes you 10 times better. Almost 100
Huh.
times better.
This could be a game changer. Oh, I gotta sit down.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. Also,
I kind of feel like, and I ask my friends, and I go, I'm kind of just now starting to take it in because we've been so run and gun lately, and it's kind of just now hitting me what
It's
all
a
we've been
lot.
through. Yeah, we fought a dragon, guys.
Yeah,
Wait.
we did.
Yeah.
technically, it was mostly hiding.
That's
I
how you fight it.
electrocuted
That's how
the
you fight it.
dragon.
That's how you fight a dragon.
I fought it. I electrocuted it.
You did.
We dispelled the nightmare mist. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We fought
Oh.
a vampire.
We turned the mall back on, and I put my.
Oh
Arm
yeah,
around.
we
You
restored
did?
power to the mall and several blocks around it.
That's that is really something. You all did really well, and it's gonna take us some time to get
so
to
tired.
know Alexandria here, but we got time for it. It's late. I've sent runners to all your parents. They'll be here in the morning, but yeah, you're welcome to stay here tonight.
Great.
All right, Alexandria, would you display a list of commands, please? Alexandria turns to you, Corin. User access granted.
Affirmative.
Change primary user.
Negative.
No, go ahead.
Pineapple.
Primary user accepted. Colonel
I had-
William Wisevale.
Dang it.
Or what was your father's name? Started with a K, didn't it?
Yeah,
Kevin?
Evan.
Keith?
Kevin. No, it's not
Conrad?
Clive.
Kevin. Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Quinn, but with a K.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm literally looking at it. I just want to see
Kiki.
if you guys keep
Kierkegaard.
guessing.
Prank.
Kierkegaard. There you go.
Candace.
Cairn.
Cairn. Right.
Kairn.
Primary user accepted. Colonel Cairn Wisevale. Hello, Colonel.
I look at my dad and I just kind of hit him in the arm and I go, "Don't say I never got you any. Got you nothing."
Kind of nods.
The word you said earlier also works to turn it off into the
Yes,
power
that's
save
its
mode.
that's its
so-
power save mode and wake up thing. You can probably change it if you want. Although, how
Alright.
often do you say it? You
We
know,
just
how often do you say that
picked
word?
a word
Not
that we
often.
don't say often, so
Exactly.
yeah.
I mean, you don't really see that thing around here, so.
It's
Mhm.
true. Nellie can say it because I locked her out of being able to give commands.
Yeah, she doesn't have access.
That seems pragmatic. Well, it's been a hell of a week and a half since you left, but glad to have you
Yeah.
home, son, and the rest of you as well. Not sons and daughters, but sons' friends. I'm gonna
We have a
work
lot of-
with Alexandria for a while.
We have a lot of salvage.
Grandma steps up. Well, let's see what you found.
Yeah, let's open the packages.
God, this is our night.
As you actually bring out some of the packages, your dad gets a little bit like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's against the law."
We just stole
That's it.
an artificial intelligence from a computer company in the mall.
Salvage. You salvaged it. That's
Uh-huh.
We salvaged these packages,
you
didn't
see
we?
him trying to do the mental gymnastics.
These packages
I
are
went through it
salvaged.
too.
They could
It's
serve
okay.
a purpose.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right.
The first
Sure.
package had cookies in it, and Corin ate all of them.
You ate cookies from 10 years ago that
didn't
were in a mail.
First
Yeah.
off, Dad. Don't appreciate the judgment in your voice. Could have gone without that. Second off, I didn't eat all of them.
Basically all of them.
Third. They were 10 years old. I got nothing. I got no counter
I'm
for
They
that.
were real good.
They were
Not
good.
sure that
Cookies.
how he didn't have just like diarrhea the next day. I'm not sure.
He
Maybe
has.
it's like it's slow.
Maybe I just didn't tell you.
Oh.
You
I
did
was
stop
gonna
to go to the bathroom every
car.
10 minutes, but you know.
Yeah.
Somehow made it back in just plenty of time.
Yeah, weird.
He
Time
asked me
dilation.
for an empty bucket in the front of the car, and I didn't know what it was for.
This is weird. What do
You
think
figured it
those-
out pretty quick.
What do you think those noises were? It's weird.
You had Alexandria
We
make
drove with the
gentle whooshing
windows
noises.
down the whole
Yeah.
time.
But
I didn't know why.
Isaac drove the whole time.
Oh,
Anyways.
cookie life. Cookie
Anyways,
life.
so yeah, show my grandmother all the computer stuff, all the motor stuff, all the cash
Lots
that
of
we
cash.
have.
Costume jewelry.
Your
Except for the jar.
grandma
Yeah.
actually says that you need to bury some of the cash.
But imagine.
Yeah.
You need to find a safe spot. You need to bury it because if you have that much cash coming into the local economy all at once, you'll crash the economy.
That's smart.
Darn, that was my
Sounds
plan.
like fun.
Think
I
about
look
it.
at Nell and I go, it's not as fun as it sounds, actually. It's really on the outside, slow working. It's not.
It's just, no, it's not like a big explosion
Nope.
fire. It's,
Mm-mm.
It's more like over time you notice some stuff going wrong.
that's
Over the course of the night, you have a pleasant meal.
Thomas.
You have warm beds. It's okay. And for the first time in a while, you haven't had to keep a watch, and everybody is safe and comfortable and fed, and just it's very nice. Your father works with Alexandria for a while. Wilma does as well. They are very fascinated and learning quite a bit.
I request to be able to work with Alexandra after I have rested up with them.
Yep, they agree to that.
I obviously want to rest first.
So,
Hey, Isaac.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could help me out with something.
Sure.
I produced the broken turtle and those gold teeth. I was wondering if you could help me reassemble this with the gold.
Ah, that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah?
Yeah,
We're
I
trying
think
to
it was
do
like
it
this
tonight,
old, really old technique of doing it. I'd have to take a look at it, but
Alexandria starts pulling up articles on Kasugi
there you go.
There you go.
and videos on how to do it.
This is going to be very useful.
Right?
Ah.
What's the thing? What is the researcher? Yeah.
Yep.
That was the trait. So yeah, Isaac digs through the articles and watches the videos and looks at all the techniques. Yeah,
You're
I
pretty
should
sure
be
you can
able
do it.
Yeah.
I'm even gonna make it a mental test.
Ready? What level?
4.
Throw in some edge, some effort. Drop it down to 3.
All right. I will
This-
count Alexandria's assistance as an asset. Bring it
Okay.
down to a 2.
Alrighty.
Can I assist as well? Because purely out of sentimental energy.
How are you assisting?
It's a good question.
With pom poms in
Um,
the back.
That might actually make
I
it harder.
think- I think Nell will hold bits and pieces as needed, either tools or bits of the turtle.
Okay.
Just be an extra pair of hands.
All right. From a 2 to a 1.
Alrighty.
3 or
Why
better.
be a nat 20? A 6, so it passes.
It does, but barely.
Cool.
You managed to Kasugi the turtle back together. It looks great. All right.
Cool. Thanks, Isaac.
Yeah,
I pocketed it.
No problem. Good to test that skill out in case we need it again.
What are the odds of that? So, over the course of the night, you have fun little conversations, side projects, talk more with Alexandria, your parents, or Corin's parents. You get some rest. Next morning, your parents arrive. They hear the same story over again, gasping at the appropriate parts. You leave out the parts about Alexandria being an AI, but you do mention that you found what you were looking for and have gotten paid because you did get paid, though you don't really need it anymore. Your parents
Add it to our stash.
all seem proud of you in their own ways. Quinn, your mom's a little aloof and worried that you're going to develop a taste for this life and leave again.
Too late. Too late.
Nell, your dad is beaming with pride, but at the same time, he's wearing his shoulders around his ears with the amount of nervous energy that he is currently giving off.
I am visibly less angry at him in general, though.
It's a weird dynamic. It's weird. Everybody's like, did like Nell get replaced by a shapeshifter or something? Isaac, your parents are very, very proud. They're so happy you're home. They're so relieved that you're safe. They're so mad that you got bit by a vampire.
That was his own fault.
There's questions like-
if they're around me, I say, I go, that was technically your
His fault.
You got out
His
of the.
fault, not ours.
Did get out of the. You got out of the van. Just saying.
Your
No, I
mom's
don't feel
big
so-
question
no.
is, are you going to be able to eat garlic?
I don't feel sorry for you. You
I
got
don't think
yourself
he's a
thrown into
vampire
me.
now. Can we see your teeth? Are you
Show
a
us your
vampire?
teeth. Show us your teeth.
It's been it's been like 3 days. If I'd
You've
become
been
a vampire,
gone
I
for
think
a
we
week
would-
and a half.
Are you stalling? Are you stalling? Is that why you won't show us your
He
teeth?
won't show us his
Show us your
teeth.
teeth.
You-
Prove you're not a vampire.
Look, see, and he pulls his lips. Look, they're fine. They're normal.
One fang. No, I'm kidding. You don't have that.
They're
He's
normal
not a
teeth.
vampire.
I'm fine.
Also,
Thank
if you remember, the vampire looks like an anglerfish, so
Exactly.
you'd know. You'd know. All right. Eventually, the time comes for everybody to part ways, and as you all head back to your respective homes, it's the first time in over a week that you've been apart from one another, and it's been really quiet. So now we'll move into the epilogue portion of our tale as the successful journey of the In Out Salvage Company. Sorry, successful inaugural journey of the In Out Salvage Company has returned, having completed their mission. So, we're going to do some epilogue stuff here. Who would like to go first?
I think we'll go first.
Isaac will go first. Very well. Isaac, what does Isaac's life look like over the next couple weeks here? John, what is his new world?
Well, upon returning back from Mall of America, Isaac will probably keep working with In and Out, with his friends at In and Out Salvage. But by this point, as the next couple of days move on, he'll have developed that lab analysis, that portable lab kit.
Okay.
So he could finally be able to do those tests on the fly. He'll hopefully have learned more about magic and how to integrate science with magic.
You actually get asked by Wilma Rogers, who is moving to Pine Guard, to help her with the Alexandria project.
Hey, we're working together again.
And you're kind of given your own lab space where you're able to develop stuff like that. Some of the... there's one section of the military that kind of handles magic and stuff, and they are very keen to get their hands on more magic detectors. So contracts go out for salvage crews in the future to bring back more Geiger counters.
Ooh.
And as they come in, you're kind of tweaking them. You eventually get an assistant to help you manufacture these things. And from Newcastle...
You show him the looking glass I made you?
Yeah, I probably make variations.
Good.
From Newcastle, a new type of magic is created, the ability to detect and determine and codify different types of magic, courtesy of Isaac Patterson. And Corin Wisevale.
I can put stuff together.
In the more immediate sense, though, is there anything that Isaac wants to take care of in town?
Immediately, probably not. I think those were the big thing. He would probably be working on that portable lab kit for the next time they go out on a salvage run.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you very much, John. And who's next?
I'll go.
All right, Tyler, Corin. What does the next few weeks and immediate future look like for Corin?
After he rests a little bit and does some repairs and stuff on his car and stuff, he wants to talk with his father and his mother, because she's one of the head tinkerers, and also his grandmother and Wilma Rogers, kind of all in a group. He wants to talk to them about two things. One, he wants to re-bring up the fact of communication, and shows the phone he got and says, if we were able to get one of those radio transmitters now, and he just kind of nods his head over to Alexandria, he goes, we have all the tools at our disposal now to possibly take the steps in getting somewhat widespread communication back up.
They agree. In fact, they ask if you want to take another job to find the parts that you're looking for.
Do. The other thing I want to talk to them about is how, while I'll still do salvage and stuff, there's actually something else that I want to do that I think my crew would enjoy doing with me. And that's when I tell them we need to add in a little bit to the curriculum we teach. And I pitch the idea of learning about the creatures that are on the outside, and how I've already started loading Alexandria with stuff, and how that's going to require people to go out and encounter and research. Because Isaac's already got the magic studying down, which was something else we needed to do. But we need to learn about this world. And one thing I learned when we went out there is we were woefully unprepared and lucky when we encountered a vampire and a mimic and a dragon.
A meeting is arranged with the principal of the general school, who listens to what you have to say and reluctantly agrees, as they don't want kids to take the salvage track. They want kids to do stuff that's going to benefit the town more directly and not tangentially.
I essentially explained that while I understand not wanting kids to take the salvage route, people are going to, because some people do just want to get out and do want to seek adventure. Wouldn't it be better if those people were more prepared and they would actually be able to make it back to the village?
Well, you don't have to convince me, Mr. Wisevale. I've already agreed. You'll start teaching your class in 1 month when we reopen for the new semester.
Looks like I got some exploring to do in the meantime.
All right. Anything else for Corin?
I think the only other thing I do is I have a one-on-one talk with my dad about goblins.
Nasty little things.
I'm not so sure.
You saw what they did to those kids.
I saw what they did to those kids. I've also seen what some of them don't do. I've been on our trips and on our stuff. We've encountered a couple. They were just humans like us at one point.
You sound like a Duluthian.
Don't take that as an insult.
It's a hard sell. Your dad has some very deep ingrained feelings about goblins from some very first-hand experiences.
I would like to pay 3 XP to convince him through some deep, deep discussion that this
Okay.
is something that needs to be looked at and
All right.
possibly reconfigured.
Go ahead and put your 3 XP on the table.
Go.
All right. I'm going to take those cards. Oh, missed taking those cards. There we go. You have, over the course of another month, you have regular conversations with your dad about this, and he stops shutting you down immediately whenever you bring it up by the end of the month. In month 2, he seems more open to the idea of change. And by month 3, you've convinced him enough to rescind the order to shoot any goblin on sight. It doesn't mean that necessarily the town will accept them in, but it does mean they at least won't be murdered the second they get near town.
I mean, yeah, I pitched to him. Obviously, treat everything with caution. Like, I'm certainly not saying all goblins are great now.
All right, so you're a goblin rights activist. Good to know. Anything else for Corn?
Can't think of anything. How many screaming matches did my mother have to put a stop to between my father and I in the 3 months?
Enough that she actually just stopped doing it eventually and would just leave the apartment.
So it's great when someone's just like, nope, done.
So, Aaron or Clarity, who's next?
I would like to go last, actually.
All right,
I have
Aaron.
stuff planned.
Sure.
What
I'm
does Quinn want to do in her happily ever after here?
I mean, her biggest concern at this point is seeing what Philip is going to do.
I want to use 3 XP to kill Philip.
No.
I don't.
No.
No, I'm not taking it.
This is some sort of villain story, like he poisoned Philip.
Ooh, I want to use 3 XP to make Philip the villain.
Use 3 XP to make Philip propose.
No, I'm not gonna use 3 XP to do anything to Philip. So.
No,
That
Clay
would
just
be
want-
that
like,
would violate the
this-
compact.
Did you? She just wants to know what they have figured out while they were gone. If he's gonna be, if does everybody know about Alexandria now?
Alexandria's
and her
being kept
abilities?
very secret.
Okay.
Especially at first. You don't think any of the guards, even at Pine Guard, actually know, as the people who work in the lab are very sequestered.
Mm-hmm.
There's additional levels of security you have to get through to even get into the same room as Alexandria. The Knights of Pratchett aren't in when you get back. They're out searching, and Philip is with them. After about a week, they return. They are all muddy, and exhausted, and they have not found what they're looking for.
Because they're not looking at
Which-
the right spot.
Yeah,
Philip
which
knows.
lake were they looking at?
Philip knows. I mean, it's in the one, like, the evidence points to it's in the one that Philip was wanting them to look at.
Yep, Lake Krogal.
Yeah, but what one were they at this time that they were searching?
They were searching Lake Not Krogal.
It's the one right
Oh
next
yeah. Good
It's the
old
one right next to
Crocodile. Yeah. That's
It's actually,
I know that one.
it's next to it as in like 20 miles away.
They
But
were,
yeah.
the sword was
Yeah.
was 10 feet away from
So
them the whole
close.
time. No one saw it.
If they just turned around.
Oh,
They
Quinn.
just turned around.
Oh, Quinn, you're here. You're here. You're back. Did
Oh,
you have a good trip? You're all right.
Yeah, boy, there was a lot. How did your search go?
Yeah, well, you know, same as it ever has. We didn't find nothing.
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 Oh, that's sorry to hear that.
Yeah, you know, it's
We
it's,
found
it's
what we were looking for.
what happens. You found what you were looking for. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you looking for?
Like computer parts.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Don't know
Yeah.
much about computers myself, but
Yeah, technology, essentially. Yeah.
right. Well,
Where are you gonna look next? Were you looking?
I don't know where they're gonna send us next.
Mm.
I guess
You
we're
gonna-
just gonna continue walking the spiral, right?
You gonna try and get them to do your idea again?
Oh, I don't think my idea is very good anymore. They kind
What?
of talk
Well-
me around. It doesn't make any sense when you look at the texts. So yeah,
Wait,
you know,
what? I mean, it doesn't hurt to look, does it?
I mean, we could go out there and take a look if you want.
We could like.
Is
you
your
wanna
friend
go
Nell
look?
available to look at the bottom of the lake
Yeah.
for us?
Probably. We were gonna look.
Oh.
Yeah, we could look.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I could get like the whole In Out Salvage crew together. We could.
All right. We'll go this
If we
weekend.
could-
I'll take the weekend off from my duties and
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
all
yeah.
right. Ah,
Yeah.
it's a date.
Yep. With the like
other people.
3 other people. That's fine.
Yeah, you know, it'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
They can bring someone with if they want.
Sure. I'll let them know. Although, don't you think we want to keep it kind of on the down low that we're looking for the sword? Isn't there? Is there?
I
like, some
mean,
sort of...
it's like I said, they talked me around. It's not there.
So we're just going as we're
Right,
just going
it's just
out
for
on
fun.
the lake.
It's just a lark,
Yeah.
right?
We're just going on the lake. Okay, yeah, great.
Right, all right. I'll see you on Saturday then.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. Good to have you back.
yeah.
He leans in and gives you a kiss on the cheek.
She'll just kind of turn a little red at the kiss and say, "Yeah, so I'm glad to be back." She'll kind of give him like a few quick details of some things that happened, but
He does
Not-
invite
not-
you into the tavern pub inn that they're staying at.
yeah. She'll come in and kind of tell him about
As
what happened.
you're telling him, others start to gather around and they listen intently to your story, gasping at the appropriate times, laughing at the appropriate times, being very confused how Nell managed to mount a cow with her arm broken whilst
I
carrying
just-
both a package and a flag.
The willpower that she has is above anybody I know.
All right.
Just pure willpower.
That weekend rolls around. Do people bring dates?
Yeah, I'll have told you that you can bring somebody with on for our lake adventure.
The hell would Corin bring?
Isaac.
Shit.
Sure.
Sure.
That'll be the shift for this whole run. What we've been leading up to.
I'm not saying that, but
Let's, before we get to that, Clarity, I assume you want to give that turtle to somebody.
I have a few things I need to do.
Aaron, do you mind if we bounce over to Clarity for a moment?
That's fine.
Clarity, talk to me.
Alright, well, the first things first is the turtle, and that is happening immediately the next morning. Well, she will be giving that to her dad.
Aww.
Oh, God.
Aww.
I'm making myself emotional. Damn it.
Oh, that's really nice of you. How'd you know I like
I
turtles?
I mean, I assume we're at her house.
Yeah.
Or I kind of gesture to all of the decorations.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It's just, I kind of broke it, because I was being stupid. But
sorry, go
I
ahead.
fixed it. I fixed it, and I thought that we could fix something too.
I mean, I'd like that a lot, and
I just hug him.
whoa, okay. Do I hug back? I'm just gonna hug you back. Okay.
He thinks it's an attack.
I'm
He
just
throws
sort
him
of
over his shoulder.
crying. I'm just sort of crying into his
That's sweet.
arms. And
Your relationship with your father improves significantly in the coming months. You two talk more openly about your mom. You bring up the fact that there were redacted files about her, which he seems to still be avoiding talking about. But as he sees you kind of pulling away as a result, he opens up that your mother was a spy.
Dope.
that's cool.
Did you tell him how boring he was? No, his stuff was redacted.
I think I'm just too fixated on my mom being a spy.
Pretty cool.
He doesn't know anything about her career or what she did. Just that whenever she wasn't out on mission, she was at home with him, and eventually with him and you.
The next day, all of my friends know.
That's sick.
That's pretty cool.
And you know, it actually makes sense.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Pretty early on as well. Maybe not the first day, but a couple days later, I wanted to go find Chrissy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Killer.
but I want to give her that tiara we found, a piece of costume jewelry, and sort of try and start a relationship with her, though obviously awkward at first, with mostly a lot of me showing off, but
it's important in the early stages of courtship. It's awkward at first, yes. Especially because you give her the tiara at her work.
right?
She took the lumberjacking track. And the lumberjacks are starting to train and get used to their tools and stuff, trying to trim back the ever-encroaching enchanted forest. So you find her out in the woods, or the edge of the woods, technically, doing a two-person saw drill as you approach with the tiara. So there's a little bit of giggling and laughter from some of the guys and gals around as you give it to her, but she blushes deeply and agrees to meet you for a drink after work. And I assume that you'll be taking Chrissy to the lake?
It depends on when that happens.
It's the end of the first week.
Okay, then yes,
Okay.
that does happen.
That'll be
I
your second or
did-
third date.
Cool. I did have also a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have enough money to buy a barge?
It's something you can look into.
That's definitely a massive part of Nellie's plan. And if she achieves that, then I've got a fair bit more that I want to do with her as well. But we can wait until after the triple date.
I have a feeling a barge is going to be quite expensive.
It's exceptionally expensive. I think it's the most expensive thing.
Yep. But it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility if you pooled your money. Your current share and not being able to bring all the money into the economy at once might make it a little tougher. You might be able to finance one, though, or buy a share in a barge.
I mean, if that's the case,
By
you
myself,
don't need all
can I
of
do
our
that?
money. You can just pay on it as you do salvage jobs.
Am I
Yeah.
am I able to do that by myself?
Yeah, you could buy a share in one.
Then I do.
Okay.
It's
You're
actually
buying
kind
a
of
share
important
in one
that
that is currently being
uh,
built, though. It won't be ready for a few weeks.
that's okay.
All
I'm
right.
perfectly fine with that.
So let's go to that weekend at the lake.
Yep.
You've gathered there. It's a nice, sunny summer day, early June. Sweet scent of grass and flowers filling the air as you come to the edge of Lake Krogal at an old parking lot. All right, so where do we start?
Well, you do this more than we do. What do you normally
All right, well, get pockets and
Pretend
hose.
that you still believed in your idea. What would you
do?
do?
Yeah, what,
I mean, we'd probably try and figure out where a sword-shaped object would fall in relation to the edge of the lake where somebody would probably stand. So, if I was Mr. Gaten, I would take my sword. He takes an actual sword and, chucks it into the lake. And then we go, look.
Would they have chucked it from... I'm asking him, I was like, would they have chucked it from the shore or would they have chucked it from a boat?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Think about it. You've read a
how
lot of
big
Pratchett's.
is this lake?
You've read a lot
It's
of Pratchett's
pretty
work.
good size.
Think about it. I tell him, I was like, think about it. You've read a
Like-
lot. You've read all of Pratchett's work. Think about it.
If we went out in a boat,
Oh.
how wide would it be if we were in the middle of it?
It's a good sized lake.
Okay.
I mean, he turns to Nell. Do you think you could take a look? I mean, the sooner we get it out of the way, the sooner we can all just enjoy ourselves, right?
How deep is the water?
Now, are we
yeah.
at the lake?
But I just
And now
that's
we're
more of
I-
a question of
currently
can we
goofing
tell?
off and showing off with Chrissy.
Miss
Can I
Nell,
do something?
Hmm? Yeah?
I'm going to use my... Finally get to use it a little bit. I'm going to use my higher mathematics to try and calculate a couple of spots from the shore, and if they were in the middle from the boat, trajectory of someone throwing a sword, just so I can give Nell, here's 4 spots in the lake that I think the sword might have gone. Search around those areas.
Yep, you definitely are able to do that.
You just see Corin eyes glaze over as he's just calculating.
Do you have your magic thing, Isaac? Can we scan the to see if we see anything in there?
This magic thing.
Yeah, we
Does that work
it's
Does that work underwater?
I don't
Find
know. Would a normal Geiger counter work underwater with the
No.
water?
or your eyeglass.
Your eyeglass does work.
The eyeglass would work, but how clear is the water?
It's not very clear.
Exactly.
Wouldn't-
So
and it wouldn't matter.
So could-
we'd have
Are
we'd have to be close enough for the eyeglass to spot it. However, the Geiger counter would be able to pick it up reasonably within range.
Ryan? I would like to ask the inhabitants of the pond if they've seen the the sword in question, explaining it to them in a way they would understand.
Okay.
Bloop, bloop, bloop,
When
bloop.
did
One
you
of
get this?
the-
When did you get this Aquaman ability?
So, when I became level 2.
Oh.
There is a turtle, actually.
Mm.
A dragon turtle.
Oh, hello. Aw,
Hi.
We don't understand him, correct?
that's correct.
Oh, this is great.
A sword.
It's this long piece of
Huh?
I pull out my
Sharp.
dagger. I pull out my dagger.
sharp metal like a rock, like that thing, except bigger.
Shiny.
Yeah, I seen something like that.
Can you show me? How many have you seen?
Is she talking to a turtle?
2.
I think so.
2?
Okay.
Was one of them thrown in today?
Yeah, it almost hit me.
That wasn't very nice. We're sorry about that. Well, I will
Oh,
need to
that's
recover that
alright.
one. We will
What?
need to go get the other one, though.
Get the
well.
other one. Alright.
Yeah, well, you'll show me where it is, and I'll worry about carrying it and stuff.
Okay, it's this way. He starts to, like,
Cool.
flip her, but he's still in your
So
hands.
what's happening? Is he? Are you?
What's happening?
Do I have the monocle? To look for
It
the...
won't work in the. It won't work in the. It's
I
not
mean,
clear enough.
if she's going,
I
in the,
dive in.
if
I
she
just
could
dive
get
in after the
close.
turtle.
She
Okay.
could get close to it.
The turtle's surprisingly speedy.
I mean,
but
if she still had the monocle, she still has it. so.
you follow
I
for
think I
a couple
someone gave it
minutes
to me.
and get to a muddy spot at the bottom of the lake, and standing straight up there is a black sword.
Grab it up.
Okay. As you connect with the sword, you feel this sudden surge of power. And then this weight. It is one of the heaviest objects you have ever handled. And as you sort of heft it up, it gets lighter and lighter. You feel yourself being lifted up to the surface. And as you breach the surface, the sword held aloft, you float up until you are standing on the surface of the water.
Does this make Mel the lady
A
of the lake?
vestige!
It's not
What?
the weirdest thing I've seen in the past month.
Did you?
Blimey.
You found it?
Is that it?
Yeah, I just had... The turtle knew where it was.
It's a sword.
You just had to ask the turtle.
It's clearly a magic sword.
Philip
Philip, is
runs out and just thinks he's
I-
gonna run on the water and just falls
Okay,
through.
I see him about to do that, and can I try and grab him by like the
Nah,
back of the
too late.
shirt?
Too
No,
late.
he's in
You're
the
also a
water.
little
Let him go.
flabbergasted here.
Let him go.
Yeah.
I wink at Chrissy.
Chrissy blushes. So you found the sword of Pratchett.
Does Philip surface? Like, is he fine?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, good. And if he got
As
too
the sword is
excited-
brought in, he is elated. He asks to hold it.
I act like I'm not going to give it to him for a moment, and then I give it to him.
When he puts his hand on it, the sword actually lights up.
Oh.
Runes carved into the blade, alight with arcane energy. And the glow seems to transfer into runes that seem to be carved into the surface of Philip's skin, up his arm until his eyes glow with the same cerulean blue, before they fade on his skin and on the blade, but remain in his eyes. What just happened?
I don't know.
Does anybody have a? Does
Your
anybody have a
eyes
mirror?
are blue now.
Does anybody have a mirror?
Oh, my eyes are brown.
Nope.
No.
Does anybody have a mirror?
Do I?
How reflective is the surface of
I?
the water?
Since
No.
the sword's been taken out, it has turned crystal clear.
Philip,
Yeah.
look at your reflection in the water.
Oh,
or on
blimey.
your sword.
That's... Actually, the sword has also become a reflective
reflection
metal.
on the
The
sword.
blackness is gone. Oh, that's,
What is that?
Oh, this is a lot.
What does this mean?
I don't know. We
It
should
means
go
he's the
talk to
king.
my elders. They'll know.
He's the king. He's the
Okay.
king of
You're-
England
I don't
now.
Oh,
think he's
not
the
the
king.
king.
That's
The
the
king's
that's
back
a
in
di-
England.
That's a
You
different
I think
found
this
it,
means you're the
though.
king.
That's a different sword, though.
You
That's
knew
a
it was
different one.
here.
Yeah,
I
don't-
mean-
It's
My sword?
destiny.
But the Lady of the Lake did just give me a sword.
She is not the. Do not call
Yeah,
her
but-
the Lady of the Lake. You,
Yeah.
no,
I
you have
am
no idea what that's
definitely
going to
Chrissy's
do
like,
to her.
I don't know.
Lady
She seems
of
like a
a
lady
lake.
of the
No,
lake to me.
Yeah.
Don't encourage it. You don't have to go on trips with her. That's not fair.
Well, I mean,
That's-
she is.
Maybe I
She
want
did.
to.
You say that.
So-
She's really not that bad.
Spin-off series. We just follow Philip and Nellie as the Lady of the Lake and the new King
we should-
Arthur.
That was Chrissy. Chrissy wants
Yeah,
to take trips with
Chrissy
Nelly.
wants to take trips with
Oh,
Nelly.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh
She's,
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I'll take you on.
This is our salvage team now. We have the King of the Lake and
the lady of the lake.
Lady in the Lake, and Chrissy has joined us now.
So
the King of Minnesota, and we have the Lady of the Many Lakes.
Nell, Philip asks to spar with you since you're kind of the only person here who knows how to use a
Oh,
sword.
happily.
Like
I will
proficiently
happily spar with
use a
him.
sword.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really good. Quinn, you know that he's not supposed to be this good. It's like he's gotten better in the last
Like 10
30,
seconds.
40 minutes since he touched the sword.
That's that seemed. Do you feel different, Philip?
Feels stronger.
Yeah,
Does that make any sense?
some's definitely different.
Ah,
I mean,
all
we've
right.
encountered magic stuff lately, so it's not surprising.
Yeah, all right.
But that sword's definitely enchanted with something.
Oh.
Hey, Isaac,
What is your?
what
yeah,
color is
the
what color is
magic.
the magical aura around the sword?
Isaac takes a look at it through the. Through the.
Sadly, this is before a lot of the studying and
Closer
stuff
look,
that you
yeah.
talked about in his epilogue. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
what color is it?
It
through
is
the-
a
through the lens?
rainbow of light, emitting
Okay,
not
it's
just from the
awesome.
sword, but from Philip too.
What is it? What does it look like? Can I see? Can I see?
He kind of has his jaw dropped, and then he just, without turning, hands the closer look over to Corin.
Corin
What
like
is it?
looks and just kind of stares for a second and
Is
just
it
goes.
bad?
I hand it to Quinn.
I don't know what that any of this means. I've.
So, all right. So, as I hand it to Quinn, I go. So, just for reference,
Mhm.
all magic is usually surrounded by a singular colored aura, which denotes what type of magic it is.
Uh-huh.
We're still finding out kind of what the magic is. Now that you know that,
Yes.
look through this.
It is all sorts of colors, a rainbow of colors. Some colors you didn't even
I
know.
think you're all the colors. Is that possible that it could be all of the colors?
I hand it to Nell in case she wants to take a look at the magic through the glass.
Can he? I mean, he could look through the glass at himself, if you'd like to see your magic.
Well, he only has to look at his own hand, and that kind of will give it away.
Everybody gets a good look. It's astounding, and as the afternoon kind of passes on, conversations about what it means gives way to a curiosity to go and talk to the Elder Knights of the Order.
Yep.
We will find out what that means in just a moment. Does anybody else have any other epilogue stuff they would like to touch on?
Yes.
Yes.
So coming up onto when my barge is completed,
Yep.
I will be spending a lot of time with Chrissy
Hmm.
and talking a lot with her and only her about certain plans I have that that I will invite her to be a part of. And presuming that goes well, one day, everyone wakes up I think. With a
Okay, that was dark.
with a satchel next to their, either at their house in their mailbox or if their window is unlocked next to their head. And each of the three members of In Out Salvage Company have a package.
Package of?
And give me a moment while I take stuff out to people so that they can read it aloud. I'm going to mute myself so you don't just hear a bunch of tapping.
Okay.
Clickety clack.
Type.
Clickety clack. Clackety click, 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 click.
I think, I mean, depending on what happens with the sword and everything, but Quinn's probably going to eventually, she's gonna, with all the salvaging that we do as a team on occasion, she's gonna run her own little, like, salvage shop where she'll, like, sell some of the stuff they find and then, like, repurpose some of the stuff she finds to do some, you know, maybe something creative, like make a wind chime out of it if it's like just garbage that people would normally throw away, but she makes it into something like artistic that people could have in their home. So she's just gonna have her own little like
Sure.
scrap
You
shop
run
that she
the
makes.
storefront for In
Yeah.
Out Salvage.
Yeah, of the things we find, and then if the guys want to repurpose something to something more magical or expensive, it would be kept in like a locked cabinet so that it couldn't get stolen or something like that. We'll have it kept safe.
Okay. Sounds good. Anybody else got stuff aside from Clarity's goodbye messages?
I want permission, or I seek permission to basically be the head of. I'll come up with Corin comes up with a better name for it eventually, but essentially the head of the division of the military that goes out and searches for and collects or observes creatures for study to fill the bestiary.
Build the beast.
The Ranger Corps already has leadership. The Magic Corps already has leadership. However, you kind of end up as the director of your own little thing that's a combination of the two, and you're teaching at the school. So you get some clout, but since you didn't really want to go into the military, you don't really have rank. But you kind of do.
Yeah.
You're a specialist.
Kind of means I got what I wanted.
Secret rank.
I didn't have to go into the military.
You're
I just had to be brave enough. I just had to be brave enough to want to research the monsters and learn about them, instead of just kill them.
Clarity, how's it coming?
I
I've
got mine.
one left to type. I got mine.
I can go first.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so I open up my satchel, and it is that. Oh, it's that the remains of that gross bottle of whiskey. But there's a note on it that says to. So Corin like looks at it and he's like, "Oh, there's a note. Wonder who this is from." And looks at it and goes, "To the biggest asshole and greatest friend I've ever met. Yep. Wonder who this is from." He just kind of smiles.
I've got mine as well.
And takes a drink.
It has not improved with time.
Oh.
All right. Who's next?
I don't have mine, so I can't.
All right, I'll go next then.
Go ahead,
since I
John.
got mine. Mine, Isaac probably didn't have his window open or anything. Like, he was on the second floor. And even though Nell would probably try to parkour up there, it was probably just better off just to kind of leave it on the doorstep And then the first thing in the morning, either Isaac or one of his parents sees it, says to Isaac. And so he opens it up, and he receives the unicorn Zippo that we all got from our little goblin friend. And with it, there's a note that reads, "To the mad genius of Newcastle and master inventor."
Oh, that's really sweet.
All right, I got mine now. My note says, "To my brave savior and the master of dreams and nightmares," with it's attached to the bullet that that she got shot with by the goblin back at the church. It's I'll definitely make it into like a piece of jewelry or something. I'll attach it to like a necklace so I can have it with me.
Okay.
Little bullet.
And with that, am I to assume that Clarity and Chrissy have set sail?
Nellie and Chrissy are
Or
going
Nellie and
north
Chrissy.
to Lake Michigan.
Oh, okay.
On the barge.
On the barge.
That will be quite a journey, as you have to go all the way down the Mississippi, up, around, into the Atlantic, and in through Hudson Bay, but you get there.
Do I have to go down? I can't go up and find a way?
There is no up way.
We are going north, and we'll find a way to pull the bar. I don't know. That's what we're doing.
That's the next adventure.
You know what? When the fall happened, the riverways changed slightly.
Oh, that's fair. Might be. I guess you'll find out.
We'll find out.
Quinn,
Hmm?
with the sword of Pratchett recovered, the Knights of Snellian are making plans to leave. It is their intention to travel back to England. They don't know what the sword's reaction to Philip means, as it isn't reacting to any of them the same way. But they still intend to bring it to the king.
Chosen one.
After a couple days where you haven't heard from Philip because he's been very busy coordinating with the senior knights, and he has been now made a knight himself for making the find, he comes to you and asks you to come with.
To England?
Yeah, I mean, I like you a lot, and I'd like you to come with.
Look, Philip, I like you a lot too, and I'm so happy you found the sword. I am. She's gonna like hug him really tight, and then like let go. But be like, I can't go to England.
Why not?
My mom's here. My friends are here. I don't know. I only know you in England.
You make
if
new
you-
friends.
If you're gonna be so busy with your sword, you're just figuring out if you've got like some sort of magical powers.
Well,
If
I
you-
don't have any magical powers. As he
You
says that,
might.
like sparks fly off of his fingertips.
You seem very magical now.
I do.
Incredibly
Seem
magical.
Awfully
and
magical, yeah.
I
Right.
if it's meant to be, then maybe you'll return here someday, and you'll find me. But I can't go all the way to England and leave everything I've ever had behind. I just wanted you to have this, and I knew this was so important to you.
Did you know it was there?
Like
You
maybe a
knew it
little.
was there. How did you know?
Let's just say that the computer parts we found had information that confirmed your beliefs. I can't give you really more than that, or I'll get in trouble.
He kind of leans in close. Quinn,
Mhm.
Are you Merlin? You have to tell me if you're Merlin.
That's the rule. I've heard that.
I don't think so. Do I have a beard?
No?
Doesn't Merlin have a beard?
That's a good point.
So, by Merlin's beard, I'm not Merlin.
Fair point.
I'm done with this show.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too. But she's just gonna like hug him for a very long time.
Out of character, it's probably for the best because one of his best nights is probably gonna
Yes.
hit it off really well with Quinn.
This is
and then
Lance.
There's gonna be this whole thing. It's just gonna be.
Guys, that's a different sword.
Or is it?
It's a very different sword. It's actually
Or
all
is
the,
it?
the sword he got is actually all the swords of legend. It's the same story.
I mean, it's Terry Pratchett's sword. It could very well be the Sword of Power. So
She'll give him a drawing that she did of the two of them together, but their foreheads are pressed together in the picture, and that's very romantic picture that she drew for him.
This is heartbreaking.
some weeks later, after the Knights have departed,
Good transition.
your heart is healing a little bit. A few days after Nell has
Gone
left
to the drink.
town. Yes,
I have
Quinn
some
is
really
becoming
bad.
alcoholic.
I have some really bad whiskey, if you would like.
Yes, please.
You find yourselves at the summer fair. 4th of July has come again. Town elections have happened. Mostly the incumbents won. Not much change is going to happen. At the fair, 4 seniors from the Newcastle General School approach Corin, Melvin, Charlie, Mark, and Lulu, very excited to take his course on the beasts of the wilds beyond Newcastle. Because they also very much want to be salvagers, just like their heroes, the In Out Salvage Company. The lumber mill has opened, and a couple new job opportunities have come up for the remaining members of In and Out. The Duluth Union is putting together a salvage outfit that's planning to make a trip to Toronto. Several dozen salvage companies going at once to try to take what they can from the city and avoid the dragons. They've heard that you have some experience. There's also an opportunity to go into Wisconsin. The town is trying to scout safe locations beyond the river, but they won't say for what. You have options. You have jobs besides your salvage pursuits. And just as everything seems to be coming to a peaceful conclusion, at that fair, a cry goes up from the edge of the livestock area, and then another person as the crowd begins to run. And it takes a moment to push through the crowd, going towards the danger, as you are known to do. You see several dozen creatures that you've never seen before. They're wooden bodies. They crouch close to the ground, not much larger than a Saint Bernard, possibly. But several of them are feasting on a cow that has fallen. As they chase people and livestock around the fair, you draw weapons, as the next challenge of Newcastle is about to begin. And that is where we end it for this tale. Players, thank you so much for playing in this story. Clarity, Aaron, John, Tyler, you were all amazing. Great characters, great arcs. Everybody had very full character development throughout the course of the last 14 episodes. Really, I could not ask for a better group to have played this adventure. Thank you.
We had a great DM to guide us through.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you had another person DMing this story for you at the same time, but I'm happy to hear it at the same time,
You've
I
been
guess.
muted this whole time.
I've been
dude.
muted. What?
Someone else has been talking to us.
It's just been this weird dub thing. Like, my lips don't quite sync up.
They're really bad.
I just never noticed.
It's like one of those really bad 80s anime dubs. Like,
Oh gosh.
To our viewers, both those who watched live tonight and the folks who are watching not live, but after the
Not
fact on YouTube, we want to say thank you very much. This is our last episode for After the Fall, for now at least. We may be back in the future, which who knows what adventures these characters or other characters might get up to. We'll have to stick around and find out, I guess. But we'll maybe be back. This is the last episode on Scryer Vision as well, for the time being. But we will see what the future holds. One last time, players, do you have any announcements you would like to make?
We just had the most recent episode of Dungeons and Dragon Types, the bi-weekly Pokemon tabletop actual play podcast I do. We had just finished bug catching, and this episode has been mainly about our two new players getting some eggs to hatch and then finding out that they're going to go to a power plant for the next couple of episodes. So they're going to be power plant shenanigans and electric types on there. And then I need to do some more fiddling. I'm going to try some things tonight, and then I'm hoping to get back into a more regular. I said this every time, but I want to stream regularly on twitch.tv/storytimerowan, and the birthday stream went well. It ended after 8 hours because something happened with OBS, but
nothing ever happens with OBS.
Oh yeah, no, perfect program. Nothing bad ever happens in OBS. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do some Binding of Isaac tomorrow for Halloween, and then Pokemon on Sunday, and then I try to do regular movie review streams on Monday. So that's twitch.tv/storytimerowan. ROWAN.
I posted a link in the chat.
Yeah.
Woo.
All right. Other announcements.
check out my TikTok. I have short videos talking about all of my supplemental material for Dungeons and Dragons, and people seem to like that. And I'm probably going to start dropping some comic reviews on there as well. Comic and video game reviews, probably at 1 minute or a minute and a half. Easy to digest.
Is your TikTok handle the same as your Twitter handle?
Writer Arlie. Yep.
In the chat. Or
Excellent.
there. Now it's in the chat.
Yeah, I also have TikTok, and it's mostly cats and me eating food.
It's pretty funny. I follow her on TikTok. It's pretty.
What's your
pretty
TikTok handle?
We go 562. This is my
Oh
handle.
my
It's the
gosh.
same everywhere. Everywhere. Find me there. We go 562.
There
That's
it
me.
is. All right.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Nope.
Don't follow me on TikTok.
I mean, you can.
I don't make content.
You can. You still can follow him
All right.
if you can find him.
You
That's the
can't.
challenge.
You can't. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Again, players, fantastic job. Oh, hello, kitty. This has been quite the journey over these last 14 episodes, and I hope you have had as much fun with it as I have.
Definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, for the last time, for now, we will say goodbye from Newcastle and have a great night.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.